with pictures.
All right, here we go. We live. We live.
Oh Lord,
We live. It's
we
coming
live.
in, Juju. It's coming in. See, we got a lot of people weighing in. Weighing in on the conversation. Kent Logan, you should be in the building. You're bluffing. It's bluffing.
I sent.
They all on the outside. Kent Logan, you should be in the building. You're bluffing. Is that me? That's me, ain't it? Bluffing. That's you, Juju. All on the outside. That's you, Juju.
My bad. We ready? Go.
Ready?
Yeah, go off.
All right, let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's find it. What we doing? What we doing? All right, we getting into it. We're gonna start off like this. Ask that famous question. It's that famous question, y'all. Here you go.
Hey, Sonetta, I got a question for you. Won't you tell me why it is that the world of academia, intellectual circles, respected scientists, reputable theologians, and world-renowned thinkers and philosophers, innovators, leaders in their field, people that are actually in the labs, on the ground, in the classrooms, figuring out ways to beat diseases, advance medicine and technology, etc. Why do they not have anything like the House of Consciousness?
I have become greatest of the great. I have come into being among the beings who clear the vision of the soul eye. I know why its greatest lock is made for a what? A what? So we never disrespect it again. Because God, when the flood took place, 40 days,
Black
40
power.
nights, he allowed so much as a pig. He put a spirit on the pig. He let the women eat their own babies. Why come God didn't put a spirit on the Israelites to stop them from eating their own children?
Kemet on trial, title of that damn lecture. Destroyed the Hebrews with the power of our ancestors. Our clans better didn't talk or debate on Daniela. Or Zion Lex, don't hate on Kemet, y'all fans betcha. And Sonetta, bringing knowledge to the masses. With the undisputed knowledge they don't teach in classes. Kemet, Black Power movement, do you understand? We on trial, Hebrews thought they had the upper hand. Polite killed them with that footage from the motherland. Hushar too much rah-rah, Nazi Elder Gabar. The young Yamwasap, when is y'all gon' stop? We got tombs and mummies, y'all just got some rocks. Me and my squad illa, plus the Magi and the God Killer. Shout out to Hepshesut and the King Haru, the son of Amin Ra, Asepata Asa. Now Valley's here, we came to bring it home. Kim is back to claim the throne.
Okay, so I need to tell people, please, wake up. They can't show me or show the bones of anybody in the Bible. They can't show me no Hebrew, if the Hebrews built the pyramids, where their pyramids before.
Like the video, thumb up the video.
I'm a rock squad up, Magi archers in the building, please believe. Oh shit. If you ain't Sonetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Clan killer off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff this big pops and projectiles. Between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice pendants. Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic. Spoke the nice lyrics like Mama moved mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some Tron shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of decor, imported foreign threads, they ain't got at the store. Nubian Kush and black top pottery jars, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 flights above, bust the shots at the floor. Cats switch up their style when they ain't got it no more. Cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? Yeah, yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smell the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my hand on my pistol. think I'm cannibalistic, E5 divination, channel the mystic, audio visionary. Let's play poetical Pictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible gains. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish or manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at it, jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. Inclines convention. Stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout. I'm F-16 with the aeronautic fake out.
God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer. It's the God killer, the God killer.
That's who it is.
The God killer, the God killer. It's the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer. It's the God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer. It's the God killer.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God Killer in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do, and we're going to do what we got to do. We standing tall. We standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, y'all know what it is, man. What's up, Juju? Pseudo Killer Official. What it do, what it do, what it do?
You already know what it is. Always
man,
lurking.
Always working, always having fun, man. This is always good, man. And, you know, win, lose, or draw, we're going to always educate the people. This is what you don't know about me. I love to win. I don't even deal with things if the outcome ain't already settled. So in actuality, I've already won. I've already won because science has already won. And as long as I stay in that tank, as long as I stay in that high altitude bomber, you can't get me. Now, based off of your level of scientific literacy, you will say I either won or lost. Or maybe based off the way I transmit the idea, you will say whether I won or lost. But that's going to be based off of where you at. And so it's my job to raise the level of the people to where they can just simply understand. There's a residual to science. There's byproducts to what I'm talking about. A byproduct is something that occurs after something has been done. Let me see. So maybe if you're a byproduct of, say, cooking a duck, the byproduct of that is going to be some oil that comes out of that duck. You're like, oh, you know, ducks are very, very oily. And you take the duck out the pan, you're like, that's a lot of oil in there, right? But if you didn't cook the duck, it wouldn't be no oil there. So you can't say you cooked the duck, right? And we don't see no oil. Then we're like, wait a minute, where's the byproduct of it? Let me make an even better example. If I'm telling you that we have successfully figured out flight, then I should be able to show you the byproduct of that. And the byproduct of that would be a plane that flies. I can't be on the ground with it talking about we did it. Well, can we see it fly? Understanding thrust, right? And other mechanisms in flight, being able to defeat gravity to a certain extent. All these things are in play. Aerodynamics, these things are in play, right? And you put them things together, right? And you should be able to fly. And if you say you've put these things together, then you should be able to prove that you can fly. A lot of times the conscious community have no byproduct to what they're talking about. They just talk.
Hmm.
So if the earth is flat, then there should be a byproduct proving that the earth is flat. Since we understand the size and shape of the earth, geodesy, that's the measurement of the size and shape of the earth, right? A byproduct of that is your GPS system. That's a byproduct of understanding the size and shape of the earth. Being able to drill into one side of a mountain, you know how big mountains are, right? And drill on the other side of the mountain and make the 2 points meet is a byproduct of geodesy. Being able to put satellites in the air, right, is a byproduct of geodesy. See, where's the byproduct of the flat earth? Y'all get my point. So when we get into this discussion about African spirituality and science versus this, and individuals won't tell you what their real stance is, you got to watch out for them. Y'all know what my stance is. My stance is very clear. Simple. That religion and spirituality is a byproduct of something else. My fault. Let me take that back. Misspoke. That religion and spirituality has co-opted something. We're going to find that out in the debate. Seems to be a byproduct of ignorance. You ignorant, you start spewing out religious ideas. Yeah, when you're ignorant to things, you will attach superstitions to it. Stevie Wonder said it. When you believe in things that you don't understand, superstition's on the way. Very superstitious.
Writings on the wall.
When you believe in things that you don't understand, superstitions on the way. Yeah, that's where y'all at. Y'all superstitious.
Yes.
You know, when a mountain explodes, oh my God, you gotta feed the spirits, right? When they wipes out a whole city, out of conspiracy, the levees blew up. Hey, Jude, this is a good one. We heard the levees explode. Boom, they had to blow it up.
Right.
Damn, that's tons of water. Something exploded.
Right.
And we know what it was. It was the levees, based off the way they was built. Right? We look at the engineering. We understand these things. If you don't, you will apply superstitious ideas to it. So there you go. So we come out of the world of superstition. Natural process right there. Believing. Right? This is where we at. So we want to talk about black. Back to black. Black to the back. For the love of black. Right?
Say the riddle one more time. Do it 5 times in a row.
Black to black for the love of black.
Black to back to black for the love of black. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, y'all funny. That's a good one right there, yo.
Man.
And we having fun. We supposed to have fun here, yo. One thing about us black folk, man, we like to have fun, man. So I just want y'all to know that, when I say I'm a black American, and I say black African power, that's my political stance. It is how I let you know how dedicated I am to black people in America. Right? How serious I am about cleaning up the crack valves, right? And the dope bags of morphine and heroin and the dope that's just killing people. All right. I'm serious about raising the level of education of the babies. And we talked about how juvenile detention centers are filled with those who literacy level are low. So 80% of the people in the juvenile system, ladies and gentlemen, the education level is below the standard. 80% of those people are illiterate. So we attack dope dealing, drug dealing, gang violence at its source. Its source is ignorance. Its source is misinformation and disinformation. That's the source. Ignorance is the source of crime and poverty in America. The more ignorant you are, the less educated you are, the more chances you have of being caught up in the juvenile system.
Facts.
And the more chances you are being in the juvenile system, the more chances you are to being in adult prisons and jails. There's always anomalies, like me, just doing too much anyway.
Anomaly.
I'm not talking about people like me.
Right.
I'm talking about the general public. Where we fall at. And I'm not saying because you're poor or illiterate that you have to particularly commit crimes. See, that's what I'm not saying. Because people's response to being poor are different. That's why we rendered the two cradle theory inaccurate. Because human beings will respond differently to the same things. So that would be like saying that everybody in the hood commit crimes and everybody in the hood do drugs based off their social economic status. It's not what I'm saying. So let's just be super clear. What I'm saying is that there's a damn trail straight to goddamn jail, and that trail is complete with ignorance. That's what I'm saying. That trail has illiteracy written all over it. That's the trail. Simple as that. So we fight to educate the babies, right? We fight to make sure that the community of Black people are scientifically literate. Maybe we should find a definition for that, huh, Juju?
Absolutely.
Maybe that'll help y'all. Right? This is what I'm fighting for in the debate.
We always like to define our terms. You already know that.
People who talk that talk, right? Hold on. Talk that and talk this, man. I'm not looking for spiritual literacy. Nope, I ain't looking for that. Y'all might be looking for that. Let me see. Oh, I don't want that one. Yeah, y'all might. Yeah, how they say it? Y'all might as well be looking for that, because I'm not. Let's see. General science is a good one. Phone stay ringing. Get out of that. Find that. Well, what's going on with you though, Juju? We heard Reggie talking over there on Smash World. Shout out to Smash World.
Yo,
That
was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
And funny at the same damn time.
Trying to get you.
Yeah, but pseudo killers ain't conceding to nothing, especially not no black hypothesis concerning Egypt, and that's just what I'm gonna leave it at. But
Connieverse, he's be conning y'all. He definitely conning y'all. High level, but see, we got Ngozi for that.
Right.
Yeah, somebody that use the terms and speak them well. Connieverse, he's using terms well, but he's using them out of place. Right? You had to know the material to get them. We can get them. We can get them with geography. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We get them. Man, why is this doing this? All right, let's see. You shout out to. Why don't you shout the chat out real quick while I
Oh
find it?
yeah. Okay. First of all, my first shout out of the day is going to, you already know it, the what you call yourself, the Prince, Pimp Prince, but Kyle. I got to give it to Kyle. I actually want him to hit that link later, because I'm sure he'll have something good to add to the conversation. Fighting, that's a real brother right there. He's definitely a scientific literate one, and I do know that he understands what our platform is based upon. Shout out to Mr. Metro. Shout out to Jackson Jackson. Definitely want to shout out to all the haters. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. All our supporters. Posterior's Thought, I see you. UKA, I see you too. Shout out to Sonic. Shout out to Joel. Barn Dog. What's up? Ruff. I gotta do that one more. One more power. Yeah, and that's just in the House of Consciousness. I ain't even get over to Community of Skeptics yet, but we appreciate y'all coming through. DQ Hampton in the building. And make sure y'all go over there to DQ Hampton's page. Grab that single Daydreaming, like it's fire. Fire. Definitely. So yeah, let's support the brother. He's recently signed to Smash's label, and yeah, we doing some beautiful things in the community. So when everybody just thinking everybody's hating on each other and we don't get along, y'all don't know what's going on in the background, but we're really trying to put people on. We're really trying to expand and do some things for the community, not just on these platforms and social media, but also in real life. So y'all really need to hurry up and jump on that train. Don't be a hater, be a participator, an agitator, something. But anyway, that's my diatribe. You got it, Bobby.
So scientific literacy is the capacity to use scientific knowledge to identify, question, and to draw evidence-based conclusions in order to understand and help make decisions about the natural world and the changes made to it through human activity. It also helps in communal affairs. It also helps you understand the world you're living in. Proper decision making in your community and your civic duties. This is why scientific literacy is so important and is actually underrated in quote unquote Black community. How do I know? Let me bring up the stats. Shout out to Dr. Oya Mayat.
Definitely.
Conscious ingenuity. All right, it's got the stats right here. All right, current college enrollment stats. African Americans in STEM. 8% of Black students receive STEM degrees. Okay. Black first-year STEM majors changed to non-STEM degrees. 40% of them changed. Man.
Right.
Percentage of STEM. But the percentage in the STEM field, white people, 69%, almost 7%. Asian or Asian Americans, 13%. Black, 9%. Hispanic, 7%. And American Indians or Alaskan Natives or the Fakians, 0.3%. Yeah, we just want to help change that, y'all.
Right.
Say what you want to say, yo. The program is working, yo.
Bobby, but we have to add that, being in these platforms in this community, when we're dealing with these pseudoisms and concepts and science and history, all with pseudo in front, of course. And we do this, what we call litmus test. Yes, we have fun with it, but it is really a small social experiment to see uh, where people are and why um, they stick to some of the things that they adhere to. And what we've found out is that education has a lot to do with it. Has everything to do with it. So let's understand when we're dealing with these Abo movements, these Hebrew Israelite movements, these flat Earth movements, the ones that absolutely make no sense, especially when it comes to us Black American people, then we have to look at the background, and that background says also that education is lacking. And with that, methodology is lacking. So how do you expect someone who didn't graduate from high school understand how to vet sources or have some notions of methodological research? Like, they're not going to have that. So we have to keep that in mind also.
So my thing is this though. What programs do you have that's committed to the Black community based off of your pseudoisms? Where's the byproduct? This is the byproduct of what the hell I'm talking about right here. This conversation in STEM has manifested itself in Baltimore, Maryland. Dr. Oyamayat. So already won.
Right.
You would have to at least have a program dedicated to what the hell you talking about. Because I don't see no religion. You see any religion on here?
No.
Are you sure? I don't see it.
I haven't. I didn't see it. And I've been on that website plenty times. That's not the focus. Also, they want to keep their religion, keep it. But at the same time, let's get.
But I'm making a point. Do you see any religious thing on here?
No.
Look, no algebra. Most
No.
Black students do not take algebra until the 10th and 11th grade. 25% of predominantly Black high schools do not offer algebra 2. We supposed to change that. Juju?
Right.
Am I correct in that?
No, you're absolutely
Who the
correct.
hell supposed to do? The Holy Ghost supposed to come down? Does Amon Ra supposed to dive out the sun and do that? How about spiritual, mystical thinking? Is that supposed to do that? Nah, you can definitely pray before you go in the damn building. But when you're in the building, we're going to do what? Let's read this. Can you see that? Or you need me to send it?
I got it.
Build character.
Give me a second. No. I can get it.
Let me see, do we need religion to build character? Let's see, we need spirituality to build character. Let's see.
Expand it just a little bit.
Oh, you ain't want me to send it? I could have sent it.
No, just can you expand it here just a little bit? There you go. That's good. Just one time was fine. Character. Build character. Character is at the core of human relations. Our goal.
Go ahead.
Our goal is to foster high character within our participants. Our curriculum includes lessons that focus on character development. The bedrock of the character lessons is Mayat, guiding principles of moral living. The principles are as follows: truth, justice, harmony, balance, order, reciprocity, and propriety. Art and group projects are also utilized to build character.
Do you need religion to tell the truth? Do you need religion to have justice? Do you need religion to have harmony? Do you need religion and spirituality to have balance, order, reciprocity? Do you? No, you don't. Not even a little bit.
All that.
Keep going. Build confidence.
Build confidence. Confidence is the fuel necessary to excel and achieve. Our goal is to build the confidence of our participants. Our curriculum includes historical models of excellence to inspire and reaffirm our potential. Through engagement in art and group projects, we build the confidence of our participants. Continue. Build capability.
Build capabilities.
Capabilities. Our curriculum includes lessons in circuit design, coding, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and more. This provides our participants with hard skills that can be utilized throughout their academic careers and beyond. Hands on activities are used to build soft skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, communication, and teamwork.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you what's funny, Juju, that when you read, like, say, for instance, the biblical text, right?
Yeah.
You'll find ideas in there that's actually created by human beings, right? And
Right.
have absolutely nothing to do with a God and a spiritual thing. That's the wild part about it. See, the religion has co-opted ideas that human beings have already came up for themselves prior to that invention of that religion. I just want to throw that out there. Religion is a co-opting force, ladies and gentlemen. It has co-opted things like morality, try to co-opt science, all that. Things that you could clearly do without the religion. I just like to add that to the fray. Just so we don't get slick with it. Because they try to get slick. Oh, that can't. Nope, that was a human being that made that idea up. And I'm going to give you scientific evidence to verify and prove, right, that this is how this came into being and why.
Right.
So let's get right to Reggie. Where we at? Let me hear him talk. I like to hear Reggie talk. There you go. Big up to Reggie. All right.
Yes, big up to brother Reggie.
Then we get to the blackity black.
Say that riddle one more time. No,
Blackity black.
Yo.
Back to
Before you
black, black
start,
to the back.
let me
Love
just make a
black.
disclaimer that my statements weren't to offend anyone. I'm just showing that education solves a lot of problems.
What happened? Offending what? What you talking about?
Some people felt offended by me calling out certain groups, and
What group did you win? What you talking about? Whoa,
we're not
whoa.
going to go back over it. I just said what I said, but I stand on what I
When was
said.
that? Was that somewhere else? Did I miss something?
Yeah.
When was that?
No, you don't. It's
Today?
I don't want the audience to be
Damn, I'm gonna ask you a question. You stumbling and stammering when? The day you did it?
just now. I don't
What'd you
want
say? Let me hear what you said. What'd you say?
people feel some type of way by me equating these.
So you in the chat in a peanut guy?
Ooh. But I just as an
What did you say though? No, I'm gonna hear you. Let me see if it's offensive. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm my sister's keeper. Go ahead. What you say?
I just apologize for anyone being offended. I'm not.
No, what did you say? I want to hear it. I want to see.
Oh, remember when I was talking about, like, we also have to equate that to some of the pseudo-science, pseudo-ideologies
What?
in
What?
the
I don't know.
community,
What?
education, the lack of education, the lack to discern.
That's the truth, though.
Right. It's the truth.
Wait a minute. I'm not apologizing. Well, go ahead. You can apologize for the truth.
I said I apologize if I offended
Man,
you.
pseudoisms is based off your lack of education. What's the hell wrong with that? That's why we in the situation. That's why we promote pseudoisms.
Right.
When you promote pseudoscientific ideas on viruses, because you're not educated on viruses. How many of y'all own these books right here? Right? How many of y'all are reading these books right here? How many of y'all is willing to spend $80 a piece for these books right here to get a basic understanding of virology at the college level? So you're ignorant to what the hell a virus is. That's okay. We're ignorant to a lot of things. We're definitely more ignorant to more things than we know about.
Right.
And education on the subject. The problem is on YouTube, people are educating through their ignorance. And if you're offended by that, get unignorant on the damn subject then. You should not be offended with not knowing. See, let me say something, Juju. See, I'm not playing this game with people. All right, let me tell you something, Juju. Let me tell you how the format is set in this community. Ask me something, Juju. Ask me a complex math.
What's 12 times 12?
I don't fucking know. It's 24. Anyway, but listen, in this community, right? If you say, I don't know, let me look it up. Oh, he got to look it up.
Right.
Y'all hear that?
That's the stupidest thing ever. You damn right I'm going to look it up.
It's actually counterintuitive to say, I don't know. Let me look it up. Now, why is that counterintuitive? Because the audience feels like because you have a mic and a platform, right, and talk about, you should know everything about that. That's the game they play. And people play on your intelligence with that because they pronounce their words very correctly, right? They memorize terms and the definitions of the terms. See, scientists don't even talk like that.
No.
See? The sun sets, bang, boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh, they know that. Ask them a question. They know everything. See what I'm saying?
They're also looking
So
at
in this
the notes.
community, right? If a person says, I don't know, let me look it up. There you go. Look at you. He's trying to look it up. He doesn't know. So because I don't know doesn't mean that discredits the experts that I'm bringing to you. But in this community, if you say you don't know, that's a travesty. You the worst. You don't know what you're doing. And see, that's why this community is upside down and wild. Because of that small thing right there. We hear it on all platforms. You don't know that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When you don't know something, that's a chance to learn something. Who doesn't want the opportunity to learn something? But you can't learn something if you're not honest with yourself and make the statement and saying that, you know what, I don't know. Let me look it up. But in this community, that's a bad thing. Strike one. See what I'm saying, Juju?
Right. Yes.
Strike two, everybody makes up their own definitions. I seen Sekou sit up here and realize he was in trouble and trying to make up a whole different definition of what spirituality was, whatever. You're going to find people start making videos trying to make African science and the religion was watch. See, and they prove my point, Juju, when I say, hey, man, you got to separate that. We got this is a science, this spirituality is really a scientific symbol. Didn't I tell you didn't I say we need to totally separate that? Take your ass to church or to the mosque or to the voodoo ceremony on whatever day you do it, right? And then when you're trying to deal with the matters of science, deal with that. That's strike two. They make up their own damn definitions. And strike three is now they're trying to use scientific terms and read them out of order. And mischaracterize them and don't even understand the subject, know what the hell they're talking about. Then they're trying to read high-level data. Untrained. Crazy. Yeah, so this community, the whole foundation of it is wild. That's why we continually get things wrong. So take it from a person that was getting things wrong and had to relax and check myself. Happened years ago. So everybody got to go through this process. The process is really counterintuitive. It's okay to say, I don't know, no matter how much the nuts ridicule you, because you're a nut for ridiculing a person that genuinely says, I don't actually know. Well, how much is the black hole? How much is the tug? I don't know. See, in strong communities, the experts will say clearly, well, I don't know. But in this community, it's a badge of honor to fake like you know everything in this community, and they're cheerleaded on. Crazy, Juju. So you can apologize for saying that it's based off your ignorance that creates pseudo-science or causes people to promote pseudo-science.
I'm not apologizing for that. I'm apologizing if anyone felt offended. That's it.
Well, you should be offended.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Jesus.
Talking about the heavenly bodies is affecting human behavior. You should be offended you would say something like that. I'm offended. How about that, Juju? I'm offended that y'all saying stuff like that. I'm offended that you have promoted spinach and navy beans as a cure for the coronavirus. I'm offended, goddammit. Did you have promoted vaccines gonna hurt black people because of their melanin? I'm offended. How about that? How about we be offended sometimes? I'm offended that you think you can do a prayer and change black people's position in the world. I'm offended now. So now we both are offended. There you go.
Right.
Now we even.
Yo.
Yeah,
It
now
look,
root now continue to cheer on. Cheer.
yeah.
Yeah, and then let's say cool lied to you. I ain't never told people that stop being religious. When? I don't care about what you believe because I know that that's actually not real power. It's the fake out. See, when real government step up, right? When everybody get tired of playing with the religious stuff, man, they push it out the side. Okay, enough of that. You're done. You're done. Enough of that. Right. Come on, man. Wield a lot of power until it don't.
Right. Because
See, people just get tired of the preacher, right? On Sunday, top-notch speech, right? All during the week, you know what I'm saying? Wilding out with the ladies, women in the church, wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kind of shit, misappropriating money. Then they get tired of it. Come on, man. Come on, man. See, that's a shield. See, that's the fake out. I'm trying to get you. So you really think, and it's going to take it to our conversation, right? You think because of a color, it makes something better. It's the mind. It gets you. It gets you. They played you both ways. They played you with it's evil if it's dark,
right?
It's evil, and it's godly if it's white, and you fed all into it. Not even knowing the color black and all that changed back and forth over time, different things. They only taught you only decided to look at one item based off the way they came at you. Yeah, come on, man. Judges wear black. Important. In certain African societies, right? White, they bury you, right? They wear white when they burn people.
Especially in voodoo.
Certain societies, they wear black when they burn you. Prestige in certain places. All right, it's back and forth. Like we stuck like this one way. I mean, we need to open up our brain. We claim to be open up our brains, but we not. So let's hear this. Let me see him on here. Man, I think I can't never get this right. Let's see. Is this let me know if it's echoing, Juju.
Okay.
It was more better. I think it was more affluent.
No, but the color is scientific, as you say. This color is
it's suntan. My suntan is sunblock. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's nothing more than that. Hell, I know we like it. That's all it is.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing while I do it.
Stop it, man. It's suntan. It's rocking the sun.
Because I'm gonna do it to you. So keep talking.
All right, I'll go and get me. Go get me. What you trying to do?
I'm getting you with the African origin of civilization. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, Poetry, right?
Yeah, don't pull it out on me. Don't do it. I'm threatening.
So what they do is they are by my man Shakanta Diop, right? You know, Negro Africa himself, right? As you know, he uses his way, right? And so what the Metropolitan Museum of Art is doing is they are comparing African iconography from sub-Saharan, right?
You got the book. That's the book. Yeah, you got the book.
To ancient Egyptian, iconography, right?
Absolutely, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, one. So
what are you trying to say with that? What are you trying to say? When you see that picture right there with the Nubian wig, because that's a Nubian wig. Because they felt that to be, that was they felt that to be they left. Yeah, what you trying to say, Reggie? Let's see what you're trying to say. That shit. Now you compare that with some West African art, right? And they look to be doing the same thing. Basically. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying the iconography. I'm saying the iconography of them was black, right? So these people, So
these. So that's what black people do.
yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm making the case of Black Egypt, because guess what? Right? You see this iconography over here? Watch this. Watch this iconography up here. A man holding this woman on the
I see that.
Right? You see that right there? Right. Well, the same iconography, it appears in Black Egypt. Man, right?
Yo, smash it, man. Who's right there? All right, so basic idea here, Reggie is trying to make some kind of connection. Over the last couple of weeks, he's been saying that the Egyptians was in West Africa, and we know Diop's idea was that it's the study of Egypt, and like he made that kind of like the superior study, right? That was his push, right? Reggie is claiming that at the Met, right, that the fact that they got statues like this in West Africa, that's the connection there. And by just looking at it, yeah, all right, and we call that lookership. Okay, so we don't want to use lookership. We ain't gonna read that yet. We gonna let me see.
No, not yet. Gonna save it.
Yeah, we don't read it yet. We want to see
On
it.
the tape.
Let me see.
That's the
Where the button at?
Metropolitan Museum, right?
Yeah, that's it. I like to
Yeah.
read. I ain't listening to him. Let me
Yeah.
see.
But he did say the Metropolitan Museum, my dear brother Reggie. He did.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Damn. They put it in here. Oh, they redid that too. That's nice. All right. Let me see. Sub-Saharan Africa, ancient Americas. They all got them types of statues. That's funny. All right, hold on. Let me try to get. Hold on, Juju. Let me see. American Gallery. Let me see. Man. Where is it? Do we want to come in the exhibition? No, that's all exhibition. Plan to visit. All right, here you go. No, that's the overview. Pair works here. Here. All right, you see it. You want to read this, Juju?
Yeah, hold on. Yo.
I think one time they did it too. Put it together. Go ahead. Can you see it? Not big enough?
Yeah. You talking about the King's acquisition, acquaintances, Mimi and Sabu, which is left, that figure left. And then right is a seated couple, and they look exactly the same. But
Dogon.
what does it say? The one that's the left is Egyptian. Was it? And the one on the right is early 18th, early 19th century Dogon artist out of Mali. Yeah, look exactly like. And then these figures is the left is the guardian figure, which is Egyptian, and the right is a commemorative portrait of a chief, which is Upper Congo, Republic of Congo. And that was late 19th,
Well, I went
early.
from 1919 BCE, and this is early 19th, 20th century.
Oh, for the Egyptian one? Sorry, because I didn't give the dates.
All right.
My apologies. And then left is a striding man, which is what 2255 to 2152 BC, Egypt. And on the right is a commemorative post, Mel Niji, late 19th century, which is Western South Sudan. And then the next, we have left the statue of the fish of Murdi, was 2381 to 2323 BC, which is Egyptian, with the staff. And then on the right, you have a linguist staff, ceremonial stool, chain and sword motif, which is what it says, 1930 Asante artist, Southern Ghana. On the left, you have a statue of the god Ptah.
Got that same hat. It's got to be him.
Like a helmet. 1070 to 712 BC, Egyptian. Then on the right, you have a horn player, which is what it says, 1550 to 1680. Edu artist out of the court of Benin, Nigeria.
Agun.
Oh, that's his Agun? Oh, yeah. Agun. They spell it differently.
Here we go.
Yeah. So on the left, you have the goddess Isis and her son Horus, is 332 to 30 BC, Egyptian. And then on the right, you have Taikba, maternity figure, late 19th, mid 20th century.
Both suckling on the breast.
What is a Cote but that's the Ivory Coast. It's in French. I'm just gonna read it like that.
Mm-hmm.
No parlez-vous français. Left, you have King Sahure, accompanied by a divine figure, which is 2450 to 2446 BC, Egyptian. Then on the right, you have the palace plaque, warrior and attendants. That's dope. I think that's Benin. Yep. Which is 16th to 17th century Udu artist, Egun Ironi Mimwen Guild, Court of Benin, Nigeria. Yeah, that plaque is dope. Left here, you have a state figure, which is 1981 to 1975 BC, Egyptian.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the right, again, you have the royal seat of office, female caryatide, Lupona, late 19th century, early 20th century, a Luba artist. That's the region is Dominican Republic of the Congo. These are some nice pieces. This is at the Metropolitan, right? Definitely. Left, you have the lid to a canopic jar, which those are the jars that held the organs of the mummies, depicting a queen. That's 1349 to 1330 BC Egyptian. And then on the right, you have a memorial head in Sodi, which is 1800, a con artist, Ghana. Ooh, that's nice. On the left, you have the face of King Senwerset III, 1878 to 1840 BC, Egyptian. And then at the right, you have the head of an Oba, 16th century, Iduaris Igun, Guild Court of the Benin, Nigeria. You can tell that Benin artistry. That's impeccable. Left, you have
That's my favorite deity.
Bess, the god Bess. Um, Left, you have the best image rattle. That's pretty dope. A 945 to 664 BC Egyptian. Right, you have the Gilidi helmet from a masquerade ensemble, mid 20th century, Yoruba, southwestern Nigeria, Republic of Benin.
So yeah, we can start right there. I just want to show just how they bringing it.
Yeah, the
Mass,
similarities.
funerary mass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how Kuba doll on the right. I know
Mother
that.
and child, female fertility figurine,
Yeah, Kuba's always for fertility.
Sphinx. Mm-hmm.
Serpent symbolism is always.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah, you definitely looking at Africanness right
yeah.
here. Definitely different animals, lion cub, leopard. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, just artistry across Africa. Mali, hippopotamus. All right, stools.
Ashanti stools.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that one is Egyptian
Different.
and
Yeah,
looks
one
just
is
like the Ashanti
Egyptian.
stool.
Is
Yeah.
Egyptian. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bowl. Mm-hmm.
A ceremonial ladle. That's the Dan people.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is beautiful, and I like this. We used to have to go into the museum and look at this shit ourselves. We used to do this, just go through and actually just look through it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, so let's read. Let's see what the museum has to say about it, since they put it in there.
Yeah.
And big up the Diops, man. It's like the Hall of Fame, yo. When you shit get in the museum, that means you was scientific in your approach. That don't mean you got the shit right. But I think we get that confused. And just because you're in the museum don't mean you got everything right. And as a matter of fact, man, hell, we couldn't. I know me personally, I couldn't hold a candle to Diops. Right? The only reason I can get with things he got wrong is because what I'm exposed to now. He wasn't exposed to any of this.
Right.
He wasn't even in his field. It's a physicist,
Right.
right?
He was a physicist.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that right.
Right. He wasn't an anthropologist. He was doing shit I'm doing. I'm getting the day's anthropology work.
Right.
That's how I knew by reading him to go look for anthropology. See, that's what I learned from this. See, we learned different things. I learned how the hell was he doing what he was doing. That's what I wanted to know.
Right.
Y'all looking at it and saying, yeah, I wasn't doing that. Don't get mad. Don't hate me. I went and got the tools that man was using.
Mm.
Don't be mad at me because y'all ain't think of that. Anyway, but let's read. Go ahead. This is the African origin of civilization.
Pull it
All
up
right.
for me. Okay, there you go.
Okay, let's see what it's talking about. Go ahead.
So it says scholars
So this is
today.
big up the Diops though. For all y'all
Yeah,
really hate on Diops. Y'all don't love Diops.
yeah.
See, you do a person a dishonor if you continue to perpetuate the things that they absolutely didn't get correct. You do them a dishonor to their legacy. Right? Stop promoting the things they got wrong and enjoy the things that they got right. And promote the things that they got right so we can move the community forward. Do not keep us back stuck in things that we got wrong.
Stagnation.
It makes you stagnant. We got to redo it again. How many times we got to keep fighting the Negro, the white people that got by that? Yeah, you think about that. They agree. They be like, we was wrong, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, how many times you gotta say you was wrong? They trying to trick us. They wasn't trying to be wrong. Man, make sure you hit that Cash App too, man. Let's keep it real. Let's show some love. All right. But go ahead. Where we at?
Yes, so scholars today recognize Africa as a source of our common ancestry. But in 1974, Senegalese scholar and humanist Cheikh Diop shocked and changed historians by asserting the influence of ancient African civilizations in his groundbreaking book, The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality. This exhibition pays homage to Diop by presenting masterpieces from the museum's collection from West and Central Africa, alongside art from ancient Egypt for the first time in the Met's history.
First time in the history, yo.
Go back down. You
Boy,
went,
that's something.
you went up too far, Bobby.
That's something.
Through 21 paintings of work from different African cultures and eras,
So
this
hold on, from different what though?
African cultures and eras or times.
They talking about Native America?
No, they're just
Because
talking.
Reggie was saying they just say they African because everybody's African. He played that game, remember? I'm like, what, Reg?
Mm.
Come on, man. You know what they mean when they say that. You know what they mean when they say everybody's fundamentally African. Then you know in the literature they say African and non-African. Most people get confused with that. You know what they mean. Because they said indigenous African, though.
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't talking about when they make the statement that we're all African apes, that humanity is African apes, or we're all fundamentally African. You'll hear some anthropologists say we're all African. Okay, but we're not all indigenous Africans. You know what I'm saying? How about that? So they talking about the indigenousness of Egyptian culture. But go ahead, start and hit it again. Let me shut up.
That's okay. Through 21 paintings of works from different African cultures and eras, this exhibition provides a rare opportunity to appreciate the extraordinary creativity of the continent across 5 millennia, revealing unexpected parallels and contrasts. Although there was no contact between their creators, the works share deep and unrecognized histories.
Huh?
Under recognized histories.
What are we talking about? Did we? Huh?
You want me
What?
to read it again?
Why would Reggie do that? Why would he do that? Why would he hit us with the lookership? Oh man, we caught it. We caught him with the hand and cookies, y'all.
This is from the Met, Metropolitan Museum.
And make sure. Is you sure?
Yeah, the Met. I know the Met. I know the Metropolitan Museum in New York City.
Is this Diops?
It says the African origin of civilization. That's Cheikh Diop's work, Myth or Reality.
21 pairings of work from different African cultures. Okay, they consider Egypt an African culture. And eras. This exhibition provides a rare opportunity to appreciate the extraordinary creativity of the continent across 5 millennium, revealing unexpected parallels and contrasts, although there was no contact between their creators. The work shares deep and under-recognized
History.
histories.
Beautiful.
That's where we at. Is anything wrong with that? No. We want to make West Africa Egypt, right? We want to make West Africa South Africa. We want to make South Africa. We don't want to respect the diversity of Africa. Everybody has to be jet black. Huh. So there's a diversity in Africa, in cultures, and in language. Huh. Yeah, I told Reggie, don't make me pull it up.
Yeah, you did tell him that.
You made me pull it up?
I did.
I want to pull it up. I didn't want to pull it up, did you? I didn't want to pull it up.
Metropolitan Museum, the Met.
I didn't want to, yeah. I want to put it up, yeah. What's going on with you there, Mr. Sosa? Yeah. Look, you got, look. Let me see. Let's dive into the chatty.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let me see if somebody messing up. Say Africa is the way to run away from what people call themselves. Come in. Oh, huh? What? Yeah, the people wasn't calling themselves African though. They want to do that. Yeah. They weren't calling them that, but later on people call that. Let's see what Neanderthal James say. So are the people of North Africa today indigenous to Africa? Yes or no? Yes, they are.
The science says they are.
Yeah, they are.
I think when you do genetics, it's like a very
yeah. You know what everybody forget though? Can we just pull up a map? Let's put up a map. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Let's put up a map. Let me get y'all out of here with the map. The map always kill the craziness. It always does, Juju. You know those maps really, really put everybody back to where they need to be at. So let me check out. Oh man.
Which one? We gonna pull up a skim map?
You got North Africa. No. We got let me see what North Africa.
The map of Africa. Yeah, you gotta pull a good one.
All right. Here. Let's do this. All right. Here. Let me do this for y'all. You asked the question.
Somebody shouted out Cynthia G. From this the wrong channel.
Wrong channel. Anyway, here we go. Here you go. Juju.
That's a good one.
Right? North Africa, right?
Yeah.
All right. They give you the whole of North Africa. All right. Is Sudan part of North Africa?
See,
do you see that? You see
is that Sudan right there? Yeah. Is that the whole of Sudan? Because I know they be trying to cut it in half.
No, that's Sudan.
Well, yeah, in this map it says yes. And it's a part of North Africa.
So yeah. Yeah, they indigenous people. What? What you gotta say? Neanderthal James. So you don't like the way certain people look in North Africa. Well, you got dark and brown people in North Africa. Light, brown, dark brown in North Africa. What's your point? See, a quick study of geography get all that nonsense out the way, Juju. It always does. You know what I'm saying? Okay, for all y'all that won't study a map, study a map. Yeah, stop letting people just say anything. Study maps. It's important. Okay. Let's look at Northeast Africa.
I agree. Visual perception of what we're talking about is important.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm thinking we supposed to play fair though. You know what I'm saying? Let's play fair, man. Let's not just
I'm a good sports. I'm a good sportsman.
Everybody don't want to play fair. You know, they want to play us and fake us out.
Yeah, I
and
want to
then we
throw
pull up
dirt
a
in our
map on them,
face.
and then we pull a map up on them, and then they get confused. Then it's like, oh, all right, let's pull up a map of um Northeast Africa. All right. And I always emphasize Northeast Africa for a reason. Hold on. Get the image up here for you. It's a quick image for you.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah. Because then you can kind of get a good shoot. Let me see. Man, this is horrible right here. Not sure if y'all can see it.
You're not sharing yet.
I know.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna have to do this then. I'm gonna down. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. I think I'm gonna do this. Get this right. I'm gonna do this. All right, so y'all can get a good, clear picture of what I want to say right here. Let me. All righty. Let me get this up on the screen. I'm gonna share the whole world. All right, so here's a good map for you. All right, so we just take a quick look at it. All right. Let me see if I can get this screen share. Gonna be funny right here, Juju. See if I can
Okay.
get it right here for y'all. All right. People to swear you down. Yo, you bashing Africa. Y'all crazy, man.
Never have we bashed.
Guarantee you bash Africa. The hell would do that? So now we gotta lie about Africa. If you ain't lying about it, then you bashing it.
Right.
Man, why? That don't make no sense. Do it. Yeah, why not just
And it definitely gonna change or help the position
right?
that
Can
we're
y'all see
in.
this?
Definitely.
All right. Basically, this is Northeast Africa. All right. Okay. And you see, look, so sometimes they move that out. The light green move it out. So, right, basically, the dark
Right.
green is Northeast Africa. All right. So we include countries like Eritrea and all that, Egypt. And so, just for the record, the Egyptians had trade all the way down the Red Sea, all the way down. Land of Punt is really Eritrea and all that. All these countries right here. All right. For real. Because they're accessed by water. All right. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the problem? So if you ask me a question, is Northeast out? These people, yes, and they range in skin color. And there's a reason why they range in skin color. Not because Juju, we trying to fight some kind of mythical battle at this point, Juju.
Right.
Right? That's not why they range in skin color like that, right? Genetics, right? Genes actually interface with natural forces. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? All right. That's called most people don't even agree with evolution. And you worrying about people mixing. People been mixing forever. And of course there's mixing it within. But there's never been, and I'm still waiting, Juju. Remember I made this challenge. Can you show me a migration that is into Egypt that was larger than the quote unquote forced migration in the 1600s?
Yeah, we still haven't gotten that.
I'm waiting for that. That's a good study. Yeah, I think that's a good conversation for us to have, Juju.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a great conversation for us to have that right there, right? Where is that? All right. And I keep doing this. Look, do it all the time. Ain't changed it. And yeah, y'all just be funny, yo.
Yeah, they wilding. It's pure comedy. I ain't even mad at it.
Yeah, y'all be funny, yo. It's just to make no sense. At a certain point, you're like, come on, man. Everybody calm down, man. How they say, show some love, man.
Something. What is it? Like I said, if this whole spirituality is supposed to be so important and powerful, like I'm asking the audience, us as African descendant people going through the Mayafa, fighting those wars with in the continent. Don't you all think that we have made enough human sacrifice and shed enough blood to appease any god, if that was real, to 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 gain our liberation in
Even.
some aspects? Like, I'm asking a serious question here. Like, when are y'all gonna get it? When are y'all gonna get it? So we've already done our religious things and made all these sacrifices enough for another 5 millennia.
Yeah,
And
we
if
still
that
good.
ain't shaking and baking, then it's time for us to move on to something else. And I'm just saying, let's become scientifically literate. Keep the religion. Do have your altars. Sacrifice your chickens, whatever you want to do. But it's time to move forward. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we can. What's going on, pseudo killer official? What's up with you?
Some
So how you
stuff.
doing, brother?
Hey,
Ain't much. What's good, man? I'm tuning in, seeing what's going on. Setting up for the spirituality debate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, spirituality would be closer to philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
But even philosophy is still a steps ahead of spirituality because
I know,
you
man.
know philosophy is involved in problem solving. They're challenging ideas. They're trying to use logic to understand the natural world. So
See,
that's
see,
another leap. Spirituality is like that's the beginning stages.
it's the bottom
Mm-hmm.
of the barrel.
That's you know what I mean. That's hunter gatherer. You know
Oh,
what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Yeah, that's getting
oh
out of that stage. We
man.
ain't, yeah,
Oh man. They gonna learn.
They gonna learn the
They
dance.
gonna learn. They gonna learn at that debate, boy.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't even let you talk too much. So
For sure.
yeah, I can't let you talk. But see right here on this map. So yeah, what's wrong with these people right here? Look, the majority of the planet anyway. So these these people in Egypt, they gonna range in skin
No.
tone. The river is largest river on planet Earth, yo, and it goes through a couple zones. Zone 1 and zone 2. What y'all tripping? Stop tripping. Even the Hebrews, you know what I'm saying, right? Colored. Look, it's not a big deal, man. Y'all make more out of it. It's a natural phenomenon used to protect you against the ultraviolet rays of the damn sun. Knock it off. You know what I'm saying? Like you come on, man. Y'all making skin way, way more than what it ever was, yo. It's vital for the survival of human beings on Earth. Don't get that twisted, right? So you can have babies that ain't suffering from neural tube disorders. You know what I mean? Spine, all kind of stuff can occur. Skin cancer, things of that nature, right? But to take it to the point where you right back where white people was at. They just was ignorant as hell. They were so damn ignorant, they tried to infuse the ignorance in science. Now we know it to be complete foolery, pseudoscientific. And then we want to go on the other end and promote pseudoscientific. Come on, man. Like, I guess this, what you think, Souls? I guess it's part of it then, huh? I guess we gotta go pseudo till we can get to the point where we can even it out, I guess, huh?
Yeah, because that was the mistakes that they made going in. Like the Europeans went in with a bias to prove that these cultures were white, and
Mhm.
then that was followed by some of our scholars who wanted to prove that it was black. So they already started off with a bias going in. That's not the correct way to do it. You have to assume one of us could be right or both of us could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the fact that they started off with a bias already sends them in because when you have a bias going in, you're not gonna consume all the information you need. You're gonna overlook things that you should maybe go into because you're not gonna go deep into something that doesn't confirm what you already believe. So yeah, we basically made the same mistake the Europeans did, in trying to challenge them.
And
Mhm.
then man, you're gonna do some shows around that after the debate. I can't do it before the debate, right? You know what I'm talking about, just the psychology and all that. We're gonna have a good cut. We're gonna have some real strong shows on that. I know that's your area. You love that.
Yeah,
One of the areas. And we're gonna have some real healthy discussions around that. We're really gonna, I just think that debate is gonna be a real good teaching moment. And I always say that when religion meets science, right? At least in the eyes of the people, science loses. Copernicus and all of them died. The Greek philosophers that was trying to promote science, they murdered them, chased them out, enslaved them. The same thing they do now. We've gotten more civilized with it. So y'all just call a person all kind of names you don't believe in. And like the worst thing you can tell a person that's been teaching Africa for 15 years, the worst thing you can say to me is that I'm anti-African. Nigga, I was telling people they was anti-African. You going against the blackness. That's the worst thing you could say to me. That's like me being in Greece and you chasing me out and enslave me or kill me when you say that to me. When I spent 15 free years of educating people as best I can, right? Help put together and form groups, West African groups. You know what I'm saying? The study, right? Scientific literacy. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing is about black people, African people, right? Now the whole thing is to scientific literacy to our community. My whole thing is based around the way my family look. You know what I'm saying? Way my kids look. My whole thing is based around that. So it's wild, right? But I get it. It's right here though. It's occurring right here, y'all. It is right there. And so we have great conversations on that, man. And they can't help themselves. Just like ancient cultures couldn't help themselves.
Yeah.
See, they don't understand. It's a long road to get right here, bro.
Yeah, in this, especially in this community, right? Like, you're supposed to keep your elders in high regard, right? That's what you're supposed to do. But they engage in idol worshiping.
Yeah.
So
personality worship.
Yeah, so let's take this, right, and this probably gonna make people really upset, especially right.
I've already upset them. Go ahead.
Let's say you take Dr. Ben, right, at the peak of his powers, everything that he knew, right, at that point, you stop him right there, right, because he can't learn anymore after he passed, right, and you put him versus you,
be in trouble.
You would beat the brakes off Dr. Ben. They want, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not ready to even accept that, bro. You would be teaching him.
Yeah.
Until they can get to that, until you get to that point, because you have the advantage of knowing everything he knew up to that point.
Everything.
And everything else that he missed out on. You know how many archaeological discoveries happened since then? How many manuscripts? Just forget about the science and the DNA. Man, you're talking about in the thousands, man. They're lacking so much. It's like when we got to the argument when I was like, bro, retire. I was like, retire them, bro. Retire them folks, bro. And then they did a whole show on that. Sosa said retired. You know what I'm saying? So now they got Diop on the court. He hand checking and fouling people. You know what I'm saying? The hand check obsolete. You know what I'm saying? He argued with the ref. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy.
You funny.
He out there with the Chucks. He out there with the Converses, yo. He go to look. Somebody coming to cross over and stop with them doing. He's sliding with the Converses.
Break them ankles, man.
He out there with the high top Converse, your feet hurting and shit, yo.
Like back in the day, he would have been the man. But come on, man. And it's like they put you in a position where you got to do that too. Now you got to cross Diop's up.
Yeah,
you got to drop 40 on Diop's now. You know what I'm saying? You know they're gonna hate you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, so it's like, yo, don't put him in the starting lineup.
Yo, he said he's shooting two. Stephen Curry coming down shooting threes. You'll never beat him, yo. We shooting threes around here, dog.
Man, come on. Man.
Hey, and that ain't even and you know what make it? I tell you what make it wild for me.
You supposed to be there,
right? He would tell you, "Thank you." He's a scientist. He would say, "Thank you." You know what I'm saying? He would say, "Thank you." Like, he wouldn't even be mad. He'd be like, "Man, that shit's dope." Yep, because based off what I know right here, okay, they found yes. That's what he would say. He wouldn't even do all that.
See, now due diligence like Uncle's harder than Dr. Ben. Like, he don't even get it. He don't even get it.
Yo, they missed it. They missed it. I have nothing but love and respect for the elders. Already explained that.
He can't know what he don't know.
They don't understand.
Man,
and they don't know
can't check me on the court. Yo, y'all bugged out.
The man had to fly to different places to get books, man. We can pull it up online, go get it from anywhere across the country.
Come on,
right.
man.
How y'all know our great elders
They
didn't
couldn't even get into the
didn't
library.
uh,
Nigga was marked white and black. How about they couldn't even get the
put
damn
Bobby
book?
Banger up to this. Like he doing the work that nobody else don't want to do because we already know what the pushback gonna be. How y'all know that ain't happening?
Oh,
Y'all don't know.
they're gonna hate that statement, but
Y'all don't know.
you gotta shove it in their face, so they're gonna hate it.
Hey, and there's gonna be people that's gonna come after me and they're gonna shut me all the way down. They're gonna be like, nah, that ain't that because of this, that, other. Hell, the origin of humanity might be in fucking Asia somewhere in 50 years. You feel me?
Facts. They yeah.
Nah, y'all too tied to that shit, man. Y'all not really caring about science for real. Y'all not caring about the elevation. Yeah, y'all gonna let Europeans run circles around y'all, man. I'm saying I'm here not to let that happen, yo. Y'all absolutely tripping. Y'all basing sources off of the color of a person that made it. The hell with
Right.
the quality of the work put together. It's crazy. He gonna always beat you. Say who gonna run up in there with some magic and try to make it seem they watch. Gonna try to make it seem like the African spirituality, some kind of way science. I already figure what else he gonna say. We might not even make it to the debate. Come on, man. To give everybody a refund or something wild like that.
I mean, we don't even got a topic no more.
He done
What a-
ran out the top. Yeah, I
what-
agree with something. Now you agree
what
with
a
something. Come on, man.
topic.
Crazy, yo. I can't even ask him what the hell you believe. Well, I'm gonna tell you later.
He said he ain't no believer.
Who? Jay Cool?
That's what he said. I asked him.
Now he ain't a believer.
I asked him
Jesus Christ. Now he an atheist. By next week, he an atheist.
what African spirituality system you adhere to, and he said he's not a believer. You gotta find that clip. That's what he said. Other people heard it.
Why would you not be a believer and then argue that if you're not a believer?
Listen, I'm just as confused, so I'm just gonna wait for the debate.
You gonna come in there with a whole bunch of flim, whole bunch of sound good. I'm gonna stay calm and I'm gonna bat him down every time he sees something wild. I'm diving. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let me find this. Let me show you something. Okay. All right. Let me show y'all something right here. And it's just funny to me, man. Let me see.
Yo,
Okay.
I've been crying all day laughing
What?
from Smash Rock Roll show to today. Like,
What?
boy, we funny. I like it though. We funny in our ignorance, but it's all good.
Crack the most jokes. This is crazy as hell. Yeah.
No. Oh, geez.
Ignorance is the most funniest. Always.
It is.
It is, yo.
I
You know
like
what the dude
ignorance.
told me? You know what the guy told me? The shit was funny as shit. You know what he told me? I was in the bookstore, right? And we was doing a lecture. Sean and all of us was there, yo. And I was talking about how you can get a vaccine from like Walgreens, right? The dude had on all kind of brass jewelry and all that. He was like, what? It was funny as hell, right? He was like, you sitting here telling me that I can get a high level medicine from Walgreens? This shit was funny the way he said it, right? I'm thinking, you're funny. You talking about going to Walgreens and get a vac? What?
Yes.
It was like he couldn't imagine that. It
I
was
don't know
funny because
why.
he sounded good though. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
Sosa?
But Walgreens has pharmacists.
Man, that's not the yo. He was
Yeah,
saying that
I get it.
all that shit is
Walgreens.
wild.
But here's the thing, though.
Grocery
When
store
you,
to get a vaccine type of yeah, I get
here's the
it.
thing: when you go to the hospital, you get an injury or you get sick, you're gonna get a prescription,
And you're gonna
and
go
your prescription gonna be
Walgreens.
filled at Walgreens or
Right.
CVS. Niggas don't even think, bro. That's right.
Right.
That's it. Niggas don't even think, bro.
That's another example of counterintuitiveness, though. But we don't think that Walgreens, they have pharmacists. Pharmacists have to go through scrutiny of academic disciplines to get to where they are. Am I correct? So, I mean,
And the doctors
I
sent to
don't.
get a prescription of what they need, and they
Right.
get what they need from the back. It's like it's like medical people, medical professionals with the inventory to give you what you need. They got the inventory right there. They know exactly what to get you. So you get the vaccine shot, not a shot for shingles.
Right. But you can get that too at Walgreens. Shingles,
Exactly.
flu,
Yeah.
all that.
Flu shot, all that.
Yeah. Get your shots now.
All right, Juju. Let's do this for a minute, right?
Okay.
So I think I want you to read up here a little. We gotta do a little readingship right here. And Sosa talked about Diops, right? Why I would absolutely score 50 on Diops with this topic right here. This is
That
why.
was good.
Yeah, that was a great one. So here we go right here. The biology of skin color, black and white. The
Mhm.
evolution of race was as simple as politics of race and complex.
It's
Okay,
complex.
so I don't want to read all that. Let's kind of come right here. First of all, um, shit.
Oh, this
When
my
she
girl.
started her research, right?
Hmm.
Kind of start right here a little bit. 10 years ago. Go ahead.
Okay. 10 years ago, while at the University of Western Australia, anthropologist Nina Jablonski was asked to give a lecture on human skin. As an expert in primate evolution, she decided to discuss the the evolution of skin color. But when she went through the literature on the subject, she was dismayed. Some theories advanced before the 1970s.
Hold on. So some theories advanced for the 1970s.
Hmm.
So Diops is in this time period, y'all. Keep
Right.
going. Just so y'all can so why I'm giving 50 on this. Go ahead.
Uh,
Easy work. Go ahead.
tended, some theories advanced before the 1970s tended to be racist, and
Mhm.
others were less than convincing. White skin, for example, was reported to be more resistant to cold weather, although groups like the Inuit are both dark and particularly resistant to cold.
See, hold on. He made that mistake right there. See? Go ahead.
After
Turn
the
over. Go ahead.
turnover,
Yeah, everybody thought that. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Right. After the 1970s, when researchers were presumably more aware of the controversy such studies could kick up, there was very little work at all. It's one of these things everybody notices, Jablonski says, but nobody wants to talk about.
Oh, they talked about it at the Cairo Symposium as if they knew. Yeah, didn't they? You read the Cairo Symposium, it was swearing you down what color a person was in Egypt. Like they swore you down, dog. I read
Right.
the whole thing. Yeah, keep going.
No longer. Jablonski and her husband, George Chaplin, a geographic information systems specialist, have formulated the first comprehensive theory of skin
Hold
color.
on. They did what though? I want to know what did they do? I don't care what color their skin was. What exactly was that was done?
They formulated the first comprehensive theory of skin color.
That says the first
Mhm.
comprehensive theory of skin color. Go ahead.
Their findings, published in a recent issue of the Journal of Human Evolution, show a strong, somewhat predictable correlation between skin color and the strength of sunlight across the globe. But they also show a deeper, more surprising process at work. Skin color, they say, is largely a matter of vitamins.
Mm.
Jablonski, now chairman of anthropology department at California Academy of Sciences, begins by assuming that our earliest ancestors had fair skin just like chimpanzees.
People get lost right here.
Our
See,
close
I seen Ali Muhammad play with this.
right.
Y'all ancestors, y'all automatically dive.
Dive right out the window
Oh, they trying to say that we was white.
into oncoming traffic every day.
They talking about. Well, watch this. Keep going. Look.
Um, begins by assuming that our earliest ancestors had fair skin just like the chimpanzees, our closest biological relatives. Between 4.5 million and 2 million years ago, early humans moved from the rainforest and onto the East African savanna. Once on
Hold
this,
on. See, there's information you got to know now. Your ignorance will have you thinking this lady saying that what you would quote unquote call black people or African people had fair skin. Your ignorance. You're not educated that it's 4.5 million to 2 million. There actually aren't any Homo sapiens sapiens, but they're
right,
actually humans. You don't even get it. And you
right,
don't get it because of the ignorance. Ignorance means you simply don't know. And you won't ask the question. You're too busy trying to fight me and beat me up. This is where Diops would excel. Because he would just say, Huh? Yeah, I get that. And he would process this. So if he was to come back to life right now with what he had, and we would fight, I would get him at first, and then by the end of the damn week, he'll beat my ass up. Trust me with that. Because he would catch up, right? He would have that. And we would shake, and he'd say, good guy, dad, good goddamn job. But y'all don't get it. Y'all rather fight through your ignorance. You rather just holler and scream and just be wild with it and hope you get some fans. You don't get it. Early human, you don't even know what an early human is, but it's a human. There's several species of human. Homo sapiens sapiens aren't the only humans. Go ahead.
I
East
want to say
Africa. Look at East Africa forest.
you also, another misnomer I wanted to add though, a lot of people, including us, think that Africa, is this continent with a whole bunch of forest and jungle. In
Oh, ain't no
actuality,
jungle. It's forest, no jungles though.
right. But in actuality, America and Asia have more
Yeah.
rainforest and jungle than Africa ever had. So
They got rainforest. I don't know about the
they
amount.
have a little bit, but those other places have more. It's not what people think. Africa is mostly, savanna like terrain. Lots of exposure to the elements. But to continue, once on the
Hold
savannah.
on, I just want to draw my line. I don't agree with the rainforest part.
Yeah, they do.
I don't agree with you. I don't
They
agree
do.
with that.
They do.
Am I right, Sosa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right.
No, I just don't agree with y'all. Shit, I
Okay.
think Africa has maybe not as much, but it has a healthy dose of
Well,
rain.
you already
It
said as
hasn't.
much. You already lost.
Oh yeah, I wasn't. No,
Yeah,
I wasn't. Yeah, I thought Juju, my fault. I thought you said that they ain't have no rainforest.
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm
I
saying that
retract.
you could find more in South
I
America,
retract.
Central, and Asia. That's all. Because
Then
people, when they picture
no.
Africa, they're thinking jungle, rainforest, things like that. They're not thinking,
Yeah.
savanna,
Rainforest in the
grassland.
Congo. Rainforest in the
Right.
Congo. So we
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
rainforest. No,
rainforest.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
But
rainforest is different from a jungle.
right. Sorry, excuse me.
Asia
Right.
got jungles.
Right.
And also learned that rainforests can also be in climates that aren't necessarily considered tropical. I learned that recently. I was wrong.
Absolutely. All right. That's a
But
good,
anyway,
discussion on that.
once on the savannah, they not only had to cope with more exposure to the sun, but they also had to work harder to gather food. Mammalian brains are particularly vulnerable to overheating. A change of any 5 or 6 degrees can cause a heat stroke. So our ancestors had to develop a better cooling system.
And then you couldn't go to the hospital.
There ain't no hospital. Ain't no
We're
clinic.
hey Billy, go ahead and get the herbs and chop them up. My man just had heat stroke.
Ain't
We're
no
gonna go ahead and get it to
Walgreens.
him. Put the witch doctor on him. The medicine man. Who we got? Yeah.
No CVS, no none of that.
No CVS. Y'all in trouble. If you get heat stroke, then you're done.
Man.
You're done. You're not having variable offspring. You're walking around limping. You're done. It's over with. Gang match point. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, based off, you thank goodness for natural selection. You be done. Yeah, y'all be done. Go ahead. The answer. Watch this.
The answer was sweat, which which dissipates heat through evaporation. Early humans probably had few sweat glands, like chimpanzees, and those were mainly located on the palm of their hands and the bottom of their feet. Occasionally, however, individuals born with more glands than usual.
See, so natural selection is at work here.
Right.
More, every now and then somebody is born with more and more and more. And that particular adaptation, right, started to give rise to more valuable offspring because those that were able to sweat more in the population live longer to give rise to valuable offspring. They live long enough to pass their genes on to the next generation that would have more sweat glands. And those that didn't have more sweat glands became lesser and lesser in the population. That, ladies and gentlemen, is evolution by way of natural selection.
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fit genes.
Fit genes, yes. specifically. The more they could sweat, the longer they could forage before the heat forced them back into the shade. The more they could forage, the better their chances of having healthy offspring and of
See,
passing on their sweat glands to future generations.
see that? That's evolution in a nutshell. Evolution occurs in a population. It does not occur in an individual. And people don't get that. They won't, they don't get that. But that's part of our education.
Hmm.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You fight evolution, well, how you get sweat glands?
Hmm.
I know God reached down and grabbed the dirt, and the sweat glands came. And man
Oh,
became a living soul, spirit, solar system, star system, sun system, Helios, Egypt, Helios Papyrus, the sun records in Egypt. And he paid me for being pseudo juju.
I'm done.
Sun records, children of the sun.
You doing riddles now.
That's how you should do it, yo. Holy
Done.
Bible. The Bible is the sun records.
Yeah,
Holy Bible, Biblios, Helios,
that's
the
that
sun. The
Nuwapian
Greek word
rhetoric.
for sun,
I don't like.
Helios, right? The Bible, Biblios,
Yo,
Helios.
stop.
Helios is the sun. Helios, Biblios, sun records, the real
That's
sun records.
Miss stop.
Children of the sun.
That's that Nuwapian rhetoric right there. Whatever you got
Sound good
going.
though, don't it? The sun
Stop.
records, Helios, Biblios, sun records, Holy Bible, Helios, Biblios.
Sosa, get him.
Hey, Sosa.
I'm done. I'm gonna finish.
Oh man, that shit funny, yo.
A million years of natural selection later,
Mm-hmm.
each human has about 2 million sweat glands spread across his or her body. Human skin, being less hairy than chimpanzee skin, dries much quicker, says Adrian Zimmern, an anthropologist at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Just think how, after a bath, it takes much longer for wet hair to dry. N- Hairless skin, however, is particularly vulnerable to damage from sunlight. Scientists long assumed that humans evolved melanin, the main determinant of skin color, to absorb a, or disperse ultraviolet light. But what is it about ultraviolet light that melanin protects against? Some researchers pointed to the threat of skin cancer, but cancer usually develops late in life, after a person has already reproduced. Others suggest that sunburned nipples would have hampered breastfeeding, but a slight tan is enough to protect mothers against that problem.
Mm.
You got to scroll it up a little bit. During her presentation for the lecture in Australia, Jablonski found a 1978 study that examined the effects of ultraviolet light on folate, a
Mm.
member of the vitamin B complex.
Let's talk about vitamins, remember?
Right. An hour of
Nobody knew about this. I'm letting y'all know. Go ahead. Had to find a study. Go ahead.
An hour of intense sunlight, the study showed, is enough to cut folate levels in half if your skin is light. Jablonski made the next crucial connection only a few weeks later. At a seminar on embryonic development, she heard that low folate levels are correlated with neural tube defects such as spina bifida and ana- anencephaly.
I never see. Oh, damn. Anesthetally.
Anencephaly, in
That's
which
like them
infants
babies that be born that be looking
and no
like
skull.
frogs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah.
you spaced it apart.
it says that infants are born without a full brain or spinal cord.
Yeah. So hold on, that folic right there. That's that they give
Folate
you
levels.
neonatal vitamins. They
Right?
give you folic.
Yeah,
Mhm. It's a
exactly.
vitamin for the help with the nutrition to the baby. So
Exactly.
yeah, so now we starting to, what y'all hearing is we're getting to the point to show you the evolutionary reason on why you would have darker skin in the tropics. Remember, when we talk about evolution, is always based off of what gives the organism the ability to reproduce just good enough, right? So there has to be an evolutionary reason for why we cry. right? What's the reproduction success in people that cries? What's the reproduction success of people in the tropics with darker skin? What's the reproduction success of dark skin and colder regions, right? There's an evolutionary reason behind this. Anything that occurs in human beings is tied to evolution, and that's what we're going to talk about in that goddamn debate. We're gonna have fun in there. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have
Right.
some fun. Go
And
ahead.
in terms of skin too, you know, it, it also based upon, how much vitamin D you're able to get,
Absorb.
and the
Mhm.
lack of. You feel
That's
me? Like
right.
if you can't absorb it, you can gain it through resources, like the
Right.
Eskimos do.
Mm.
You can
Salmon.
maintain it, but if you're not in so that whale blubber or such, but if you're not in the area where you don't, then skin's gonna, what I mean, you're gonna have to lighten up to get more of that ultraviolet rays in.
You just answered the question that people say, well, what about the SWE people? They ain't
Yeah.
turned colors because of that. And you just gave an answer because they have
Yep.
found a way to replace that vitamin.
Facts.
Well,
Right?
not
They
replace,
eat a
but done.
heavily rich vitamin D diet.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. So then it don't make sense for the skin to do nothing because you don't need it because you're good.
Right.
Hmm. So do we gotta read more? Now I think we reached it. I think this is good right here. But the point is that that's not. Hold no. Let's skip. Come right here, Juju.
Okay.
By the time Jabrowski, go ahead. We want to say when this can go ahead.
So by the time Jablonski did her research, Loomis's hypothesis had been partially disproved. You can never overdose on natural amounts of
Hold on,
vitamin.
wait. Because this what Diopson was saying. My fault. I apologize. We've all heard this in Diop's lecture. Go ahead, read that. Let's go.
As far back as the 1960s,
Hmm.
the biochemist W. Farnsworth Loomis has suggested that skin color is determined by the body's need for vitamin D.
Stop. Has everybody heard that before? How about you, Social? You heard that?
Yeah.
Everybody heard that, right? Everybody heard the vitamin D. All right. Let's see how much Diops had and didn't have. Keep going.
The vitamin helps the body absorb calcium and deposit it in bones, an essential function, particularly in fast growing embryos. The need for vitamin D during pregnancy may explain why women around the globe tend to have lighter skin than men. Unlike folate,
Bet
vitamin
y'all
D.
didn't know that though. Bet y'all didn't know.
We talked about that,
Yeah,
didn't
that women have lighter skin than men around the globe,
we?
typically. I bet y'all didn't know that.
Yeah.
But y'all gonna say they mix. All the women is mixed. They definitely mixed because they ain't done. Let me stop. Go ahead. Can't be true. You lying.
You
Why
damn sure
trying
say
to make
that,
the
boy.
women look like them? Y'all lying to
Oh
us.
my God. The need for vitamin D during pregnancy may explain why women around the globe tend to have lighter skin than men. Unlike folate, vitamin D depends on ultraviolet light for its production in the body.
Hold
Loomis,
on. So they saying women, during pregnancy, they need to have lighter skin and then more vitamin D. See
mhm,
that? Huh. Go ahead.
Loomis believed that people who live in the north, where daylight is weakest, evolve fair skin to help absorb more ultraviolet light, and that people in the tropics evolve darker skin to block the light, keeping the body from overdosing on vitamin D, which can be toxic at high concentrations. By the time Jablonski did her research, Luhmann's hypothesis had been partially disproved. You
Mm.
can never overdose on natural amounts of vitamin D, Jablonski says. There are only rare cases where people take too many cod liver supplements. But Loomis's insight about fair skin held up, and it made a perfect complement for Jablonski's insight about folate and dark skin. The next step was to find some hard data correlating skin color to light levels. Until the 1980s, researchers could only estimate how much ultraviolet radiation reaches Earth's surface. But in 1978, NASA launched the Total Ozone Mapping Spectrometer. 3 years ago, Jablonski and Chaplin took the spectrometer's globe ultraviolet measurements and compared them with published data on skin color in indigenous populations from more than 50 countries. To their delight, there was an unmistakable correlation. The weaker the ultraviolet light, the fairer the skin. Jablonski went on to show that people living above 50 degrees latitude have the highest risk of vitamin D deficiency. This was one of the last barriers in the history of human settlement, Jablonski says. Only after humans learned fishing and therefore had access to food rich in vitamin D could they settle these regions.
You wanted to see? We think you just pick. Come on, honey, let's go. We're taking the kids. I'm tired of Billy
No.
down there. I'm tired of fighting. Let's go.
Pack the car up, honey. Pack the
Back to the
camel.
car up. We're driving. That's how Reggie got it. We're gonna drive back to the cave.
Drive back.
Cross the Sahara. We getting the hell with that. We're gonna end up with. We got cousin Willie over there in West Africa. Let's go. Listen. I'm being funny, but I remember being in this position. Yo, you skip all the damn steps. It's gonna be a lot of steps skipped in that debate. I'm not allowing. We're not skipping steps. We're not even leaving Africa till we can figure out how to develop clothes and fish and all that. You're not doing. You think motherfuckers just popped up knowing how to fish? I mean, fishing. Yeah, y'all think? Oh, we sailing to America. We don't need a compass. Just build it. Yeah, that's our mind. I swear, yo, in our mind, yo, is whip. We leave all the steps out, yo. Yeah, crazy. Go ahead.
Humans have spent most of their history moving around. To do that, they've had to adapt their tools, clothes, housing, and eating habits to each new climate and landscape. But Jablonski's work indicates that our adaptations go much further. People in the tropics have developed dark skin to block out the sun and protect their body's folate reserves. People far from the equator have developed fair skin to drink in the sun and produce adequate amounts of vitamin D during the long winter months.
Stop right there.
Okay.
Stop right there. But yeah, you know, the sun killed white people. Remember we say all that? Kill them. Yeah, not if they're in their zone. That area ain't. Now they got technology. You can go anywhere you want on the earth. And they still get high rates of skin cancer. What's going on, American Dream? What's up?
Dream.
No, he must have just phased out.
There you go.
What's happening, Unc?
How you doing, brother? What's going on with you? What it
Ain't nothing. Hey, Jolanda.
Peace. How you doing?
I am well. Unc, I know y'all have done a lot of reading, but I was hoping that I would get a chance to read something from the general history of Africa. It's from the introduction of that book, because Smash kind of usually uses the fact that Diop wrote the first chapter of that book to kind of use that to give validity to Diop and to say that the editor okayed his work.
I'm not sure if I heard him say that.
Yeah, that's pretty much has been one of his main claims. But I guess I just wanted to read and just make it clear that in his introduction, the editor of the book made it clear that, you know, the idea of race was just not possible in terms of the ancient Egyptians. But he actually addressed the black and white issue in the introduction.
All right, so you can read that. That's good. So hold on. You say you critiquing Diop's methodology, but his opponents were using the same. And you don't mention anything about their position because nobody is running around promoting their position. We already know they was wrong. Ain't nobody doing it. The people with the loudest mouth is talking about Diops. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I have to do that. Simple. That's not hard, right? And it's a lot of wild websites that claim he won something. It wasn't a win or lose thing. It was methodology they was dealing with. It was critique, right? A lot of those critiques happened after the conference when the work started to be published, when they reading it. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was lively discussions in there, man. And you know, the ops of them did well on what they did well with. Right? And yeah.
You see that? He picked up Diops. He
I mean,
picked up
I
Joe. He
always
did
big up
well.
Diop.
Y'all hear that part too?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
They don't want to hear what they want to hear.
selective listening.
And now I'm
Love that.
critiquing Diddy's friends. Man, I think I love Diop's more than anybody. I read his books. That's what more
Had
honor can you give a person to read their books?
had me
But
reading.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that you said you haven't heard Smash say that Diop being in the first chapter kind of gave him credence because
No.
that
We
was
was on the
pretty
show
much.
together. We was actually on the show together when he said that. Remember American Dream? We was all there.
Yeah,
Remember?
absolutely, because that was his main way of proving that Diop did not get beat up at the symposium. Because he was saying if he got beat up at the symposium, how did he get a chapter in the general history of Africa? That was kind of his one of his main points.
Well, I
Um,
felt like Diop's earned it. I mean, he was the main proponent of it, and that's the one that actually made it to the point of critique. The white apostles, they ran that shit out the gym early. They didn't even make it to the
it was at the symposium as well.
yeah, but
The
they
white
didn't take you that.
hypothesis.
They didn't take that serious though. I can tell.
Sure. And when they say Diop and them came more prepared, I think they were talking about compared to the people with the white hypothesis. But remember that
I probably
in,
disagree with you on that though. I think they came. Hold on, you can come more prepared. Don't mean you had the right shit.
absolutely, I didn't say they had the right stuff, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think they had more stuff than everybody there, yo. I think it was clear, and they said that, yo. Y'all definitely did the damn thing. That don't mean, and people take that, it means y'all not only did the thing, y'all destroyed everybody. That's the game everybody plays. They just simply said, man, y'all came with a whole lot of stuff, a lot of interdisciplinary things, a lot of stuff that we hadn't even thought about. But don't worry about it. Science is self-correcting. We gonna think about it now. We see it and we working on it. See, we see it. Remember they say we weren't even prepared to the what? Okay. The melanin test, huh? You
I
know,
don't. I think you have the book, Unc. You have the book right online where you can share it.
oh man, Juju got it.
Oh
Because no, I
hell!
think you've shared the screen. No, I think you've shared it on the screen before, and we've read from it. But I can
Yeah.
just read from it if you want. It's page 13.
We need to be sharing it though.
Yeah,
God.
and they think like just
Let's see.
when you show up with something and you have a different idea that they're not ready for. If they can't answer right there on the spot, you lost. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that's not. They
See?
say, okay, we're gonna take. What do you say? What's your theory? They're gonna jot that
Mhm.
down. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna go through it. They're gonna try to falsify it. And in this community, like he was reading it, he was like, "Oh, look at them going at Diop." It was offended by like, but that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You take the person. You're supposed to critique it. You're supposed to try and falsify it so that they're doing their job when they attack. You know what I'm saying? So
So
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute. Remember when we started the show off, we said in this community to say you don't know is automatically
Look down
you are
upon.
defeated. And so they simply said that we just wasn't prepared. That's what experts say. Oh, we're not prepared for that. Okay,
who's
we
gonna be
got you.
prepared for a melanin test?
Right. I know.
Oh snap! Oh shit! Hold on. All right, bet. Okay. Shit, man. All right.
This
We had to write
man
that
just
down.
say he had a what kind of time?
You feel me? And that's why dude was like, okay, black, like we don't even use that. That's kind of like obsolete. Like
Oh
what kind of
man.
quanti he was at? Like what kind of quantification he was? They was befuddled. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So yeah.
okay. We're gonna get to it. That's one thing about science, man. It ain't diving out the window quick. That shit real slow. It's slow. It weigh you down real slow, like. All right, let me see if I can pull the book up. You want me to pull the book up real quick for you? All right, let's see. Hmm. All right, I think it's right here. Nope. I don't want to read that. Y'all gonna get mad. Let me see.
Yo.
It's a look. It's a Afrocentricity and pseudoscience.
Oh
American melanin.
no! Don't read.
I ain't reading that. I'm no sir.
No, don't read
Don't
that.
put me out the house. No sir. No sir.
Not yet.
Let me find the book. Bad enough, American
That's
Dream gonna come up here and
funny.
get it
Oh,
started again. I ain't even messing with him. Hold
right?
on, damn. I gotta find the source. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Just stay right there, yo. I got you. They could due diligence. Go ahead, talk us out of it. What's up, due diligence? Hey, don't. Hey, I'm finding it for you, American Dream. Don't leave. Don't move. Don't go nowhere. Don't do nothing. Due diligence. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
I'm looking for the book right now. I got you. I'm gonna find it. What's up, due diligence? Go ahead.
Peace, peace,
I'm looking
peace.
for the book right now. I got you. I'm gonna find it. Mute out. Mute that real
I
quick.
mean,
You
man,
got
I'm just here. Somebody has some smoke for me in the chat, so I'm just waiting on them to show up. That's all.
Oh, all
you
right.
got to
Yeah,
mute
mute
the
the
YouTube
video.
so we can hear the back play,
We
please.
had some smoke for you in the chat. What you say in the chat? What's going on?
Where's Google Scholar at? Come hit the link, Google Scholar.
Oh, you gonna who? Who the Google Scholar say he always gonna get? Who he always getting?
Now, Google Scholar was just
My bad.
about the hypocrisy. That's all.
I don't even know the topic. I would take Google Scholar.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, due diligence. Who you trying to get? Google Scholar. All right.
I said that. I don't know.
Damn.
You're supposed to be looking for Shikin Tajob's book.
All right, I'm gonna do it this way.
So
I'm
American
gonna
Dream
go right to. I am. That's what I'm doing right now.
can get the blood he need because he's trying to make a sacrifice.
You gonna make Smash beat him up? Watch.
Ah,
Smash ain't playing. You underestimate Smash.
yes.
It's the general history of Africa.
Yeah.
I got it. Book 2, right?
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
All right, I got it. I'm just going to the files. Hold on.
I'm being petty. Y'all don't listen to me.
Let me see.
I know I be clowning. That's all.
Yeah, it was crown.
I don't mean nothing by it.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna look right, and it's on page 12. Hold on, just let me get the damn book. Shit. All right, general. All right, volume 2. All right, let me put it in the general. I'm actually at the thing. All right, hold on. Got to get the right one too. I thought I could get to it. All right. Volume 2. All right. Okay, we here. Yeah, we here. Now, what page we doing?
I think you want Shikin Tajob's chapter,
All right,
right?
hold on.
American Dream.
It's coming.
No. I want the introduction, page 13.
All right, let me see what you're saying.
Introduction. My bad.
Last time you supposed to read something, you was running all around, yo. That's what I'm saying. Don't move. All right, can we just see it?
Here we
There we
go.
go.
Here we
Where
go.
we at? Where we at? You want the
Page
introduction?
Page 13. He said
page 13.
All right, let me see. Let me see.
You know, it might be different though. If this, yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Let me look at here. Look at here. Introduction. You
You
want
need
the introduction right here? This
Introduction, page
right?
13.
By
You can
G.
scroll
What?
to page, yeah,
Mockner.
that's, yeah.
Yeah, but you see, 13. They ain't got 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. He wrote this whole thing like this?
Yeah, that's the editor.
Oh, the
Yeah.
editor was like, yo, this trash. Boy, he better not have said that.
This
All right, here we go.
particular
You on page 13. Where you at?
Go down to the bottom of the page. Yeah, right there. The settlement of the Nile Valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the views and opinion is not shared by everybody on this panel at this point.
Yeah, you better put that disclaimer out there.
Disclaimer out there, we just reading.
Yeah.
All right, Smash is not here to defend
Do
his
you,
position.
do you want to read, Jolanda, or should I read?
I'll read it. I don't care. You know,
Don't
I'm
get
the
in it.
designated
Sure
reader.
thing.
Don't
All
get
right.
in it.
So, the settlement of the Nile Valley. As early as the Paleolithic era, man occupied, if not the actual valley, at least its immediate neighborhood, and notably the terraces overlooking it. Successions of wet and dry periods during the Paleolithic and Neolithic ages inevitably changed the population density. First, one way than the other. First one way, then the other. But the fact remains that, as far back in time as we can go, Homo sapiens has always been living in Egypt. To what race did he belong? Few anthropological problems have given rise to so much impassioned discussion, yet this problem is not new. Already in 1874, there was argument about whether the ancient Egyptians were white or black. A century later, a UNESCO sponsored symposium in Cairo proved that the discussion was not, nor was likely soon to be, closed. It is not easy to find a physical definition of black acceptable to all. Recently, an anthropologist cast doubt upon the very possibility of finding positive means of determining the race to which a given skeleton belongs,
Mm.
at least as regards very ancient human remains, such as those from the Paleolithic era, for
Mm.
instance.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional criteria applied to physical anthropologists, facial index, length of limbs, etc., are no longer accepted by everyone today. And like the ancients, we come back to determining black by the nature of the hair and the color of the skin. Measured scientifically, it is true, by the proportion of melanin. However, the value of these indices is, in its turn, challenged by some. At this rate, after having lost over the years the very notion of a red race, we run a serious risk of soon having to abandon the notion of white or black races. Nevertheless, it is highly doubtful whether the inhabitants that introduced civilization into the Nile Valley ever belonged to one single pure race. The very history of the peopling of the valley refutes such a possibility.
Hold on right here though. Go back up here to the melanin part. Huh.
Scroll back up for me. Where you at?
I'm back up here. Huh. The traditional criteria applied by physical anthropologists, facial index, length, limbs, etc., are no longer accepted by everyone today. And like the ancients, we come back to determining black by the nature of the hair and the color of skin. Measured scientifically, it is true by the proportion of melanin. So they did know about melanin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I smell a rat in the house.
Yeah, that was good. Sis.
It's me.
Comniverse.
It's me.
Comniverse. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What that mean though?
Don't
What that
worry
mean?
about it. Don't worry about it. We had
What
people,
what it mean? Explain
man,
it.
man, we had people saying, yo, before Diaz bought the melanin test, they
Right.
didn't know about it.
It's crazy.
Craig,
Right.
Comniverse did a whole video saying that wow
That,
nonsense. Got him. Got him. Yeah. Huh. Keep going. All right.
man, did you want me to start at man?
I'm
Did
It
sorry.
said the very history of the people of the Nile of the valley refutes such
possibility
possibilities. And what's that? What's the
of determining the
possibility?
race?
At
Determining the
this
race.
rate, after having lost over the years the very notion of the red face, the red race,
Mm-hmm.
they say we run a serious risk of soon having to abandon the notion of
Of
white and
white.
black races. Yep, that's what we had the day he was.
Yep.
Yeah. Nevertheless, it is highly doubtful whether the inhabitants that introduced civilization into the Nile Valley ever belong to one single pure race. Yeah, because that's what
You said
Diaz
it.
was saying.
It ain't no such thing.
The very history of the people of the Nile Valley refutes
Such a
such possibilities. Oh
Yes,
man.
you say it ain't no such things, due diligence, but you also vouch for the black
No.
hypothesis.
Let him finish reading though. Where you at?
Man,
What it, I don't
man,
vouch for that.
He don't vouch for that. Hold on, just stop. Keep going. Where we at? You want us to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
Uh-oh. This man just sat
Mm,
down and read the damn we all dove past the introduction.
Don't do me, Joe.
American Dream done caught a body in some blood.
He done got
Oh my God. He done made a
in
sacrifice
the
to the God.
introduction. We can't even get you the book. Go ahead. Where we at? Y'all funny with
Man,
this one.
man did not penetrate all at once into a valley that was empty or inhabited only by wild animals. He settled
Mm-hmm.
there gradually in the course of thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
As the very density of the human groups of the variations in climate forced him to seek additional resources or greater security. On wing to its position at the northeastern corner of the African continent, it was inevitable that the Nile Valley as a whole, and Egyptian in particular, should become the terminal point for movements of people coming not only from Africa but also from the Middle East, not to mention more distant Europe. It is therefore not surprising that anthropologists should have believed they could discern among the several very ancient Nilotic skeletons at their disposal representatives of the Cro-Magnon race, uh, Armenoids, Negroids, Leucoderms, etc. Although these terms should only be accepted with caution. If any Egyptian race ever existed, and this is open to doubt, it was the result of mixtures.
Hold
Uh,
on. Where the hell we at? I just drifted off into the sun. What? Hold
if
on. Stop.
if any
Jesus
Egyptian
Christ.
race, do you
If
see?
So
what? Hold on.
if an Egyptian race.
Where
If
we
if
at? Hold on,
and
man. Damn, I was at my phone. What? Back
if
up here. Man did not penetrate all at once
you
into
want
the
me to go with-
into an empty or an man. Yeah, man. Okay, down some. Where y'all at? This is crazy.
we at if an Egyptian race existed, it's
If
always
go back up though. Get it. Is that no? Right here.
it is
Owing what?
therefore not surprising.
No.
On wing to
Owing
Oh, I don't know. Hell, you in Florida with that one.
Stop it.
owing to its position.
owing to its position, owing to its position
Mhm.
at the I'm dyslexic at the northeastern
Now
corner of the
stop. Don't I always say it's northeast? Don't I always say that northeastern corner?
you
Go
do
ahead.
of the African continent. It was inevitable that the Nile Valley as a whole, and Egypt in particular, should become the terminal point for movements of people coming not only from Africa but also from the Middle East.
We can agree to that. They
Not to
didn't
mention,
even know they was moving in the middle. They ain't even know it was the Middle East. They ain't even none of that.
not to mention,
Man, there,
Don't even think.
where else could they come to Africa but through Egypt besides the land bridge over there over the Mediterranean? That's obvious. That's geography tell you that.
Geography. Yep.
um,
We talk about moving the people. You got to talk about geography. So if you're talking about Africans diving to America, then you got to talk about geography. You either walk the quarter daggone boat. Go
right.
ahead.
But also from the Middle East, not to mention more distant Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yep.
therefore not surprising that anthropologists should have believed they could discern among the several very ancient Neolithic skeletons at their disposal representatives of the Cro-Magnon race,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Armenoids,
Uh-huh.
Negroids,
Mm-hmm.
Leucoderms, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Although these terms should only be accepted with caution.
Uh-huh.
If an Egyptian race were ever existed, and this is open to doubt, it was the result of mixtures whose basic elements varied in time as well as in space.
Mm-hmm.
This could be verified if it were possible, which is far from being the case, to obtain a sufficient number of human remains for each of the historical periods in the various parts of the valley. One fact remains, however, and that is the continued existence in Egypt, as in Nubia, of a certain physical type, which it would be vain to call a race,
Vain.
since it varies slightly according to whether we are concerned with Lower or Upper Egypt, darker in the south than in the
Uh-huh. Dark in the south than what?
than in the north,
How long I've been saying that?
forever.
But you gotta be dark everywhere. If you ain't darker everywhere, then you ain't an Egyptian. Okay.
It
Darker
is
in the south. That the skin map does not the skin map. The skin map wasn't even out yet. Put the skin map up, it's gonna match what this man is saying. Keep going.
It is in general darker than in the rest of the Mediterranean basin, including North Africa. Should we wait a minute? I gotta read that again.
Darker in the south.
Darker in the south than in the north. It is
Mhm.
in general darker than in the rest of the Mediterranean basin, including North Africa.
It's darker in the south, including North Africa. Go ahead.
Is that what the skin map say?
That's
The,
exactly what the skin map say.
Oh, okay.
the hair is black and curly, and
Mm-hmm.
the face rather round and hairless.
Mm-hmm.
Is in the Old Kingdom sometimes adorned with a mustache, relatively slim as a rule. It is the human type that frescoes, bas reliefs, and statues of the pharaohs have made familiar to us. And we must not forget that these were portraits, as Egyptian funerary beliefs demanded, since it was the individual himself, not an abstract notion that survived beyond the tomb. It would be, of course, it would of course be easy by selecting certain portraits and not taking account of the total of those that have come to us to assign the Egyptian type to a particular race. But it would be equally easy to choose other examples that would nullify such conclusions.
Oh man. They saying this shit is varied.
Swagger,
Don't
boy,
just grab one. Don't grab the one with the big nose.
nah, grab them all.
Grab them all.
That's the same thing they do with the Olmecs.
Oh
With this
man,
Olmec
yeah.
structure, they'll
Yeah,
grab
look at the
one that looks
one
most
statue to go, man.
negroid. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
like
never
the
look
fact
at
that
the
they
other
think that's feathers. That's braids. There ain't no
one.
damn braids on the all Mac. That's feathers. Anybody want to test me?
Right. In fact, for those with eyes to see, the individuals that Egyptian art has made familiar to us are variety itself,
Mm.
with their straight profiles, prognathous profiles, sometimes high cheekbones, as in the case of Ceritus III,
Disastrous.
fleshy, often curling lips, sometimes a slightly arched nose, and they give examples. Most often, a large straight nose, like Cheffren's, and in the South, in particular, flattish nose.
What? Like Shepard? What?
Yeah,
That's his name. That's his Sheffrin got a real Egyptian name.
yeah, the Cheffren.
That's how deep they was in
It's
black
it's
algae
PH
growing up.
instead of F.
Nigga, that nigga the Sheffrin name. Go ahead. Though.
Like Cheffren's, and in the South, in particular, flattish noses and thicker lips.
Oh, so we do got that there too, huh?
Right.
Where did we talk? So we accept that though. See, they the only real Egyptians, the ones with the big lips
Right.
and the flat noses. If you got anything else, boy, you invaded. See how y'all do that? So Sosterus was an invader.
Yes, it's ostrich.
He's
But I
an
mean, it's both
invader.
of the straight profiles and the high cheekbones and all those things. And it says in the case of Sesostris. So he's going through all the
The
different
very what's this? The
variations,
very variety shows that in the Nile Valley, we have to do with the human type, not a
not a
race.
race.
Mm-hmm.
A type gradually brought into being as much by the habits and conditions of life peculiar to the valley as by the mixtures of which it is the product. A striking example of this is provided by the statue of Shekel Baled, a vivid portrait of the mayor of the village of Saqqara. At the time when the statue, more than 4,000 years old, was discovered, it is more than probable that the African strand, black or light, is predominant in the ancient Egyptian. But
He
in the
said
present,
it is more probable that the African strand, black
black
or
or
light, is predominant in ancient Egypt. But in the present state of our knowledge, it is impossible to say more. What more do we want? Like what? Like ain't that the like? What more do you want?
Yeah, and that's pretty
Hey,
much where I wanted you to read to, because I really didn't think there was more left to be said.
we don't gotta say no more. What are we doing? Right.
thank you, American Dream.
The American dream.
Yeah, absolutely. I just really wanted to address the issue of saying that because Diop got the first chapter of that book, that he was validated by them, and I thought that that was a really irresponsible thing to say. And even if you read the first part of the introduction, he speaks a lot about suppositions that people are making in the book, and that it's just suppositions, and that a lot of work still has to be done. So that's really just the main thing I wanted to point out, is that Diop was not at all validated by being in the book.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know. The fact that he was in the book, I think that's a good thing, though. I think that was a very positive thing. And the fact that he was writing a book, that doesn't know. When you say, what do you mean? I'm saying the fact that he wrote the book, the fact that he was allowed to do that is giving him high honors. But that doesn't mean that his hypothesis was actually validated. I'll say that. You get my point?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I said the fact that he was actually allowed to write that chapter is a feather in his cap, right? That's an honor. But just because they bestowed that honor on you doesn't mean that they actually have accepted your position.
Indeed,
They want
absolutely. I
everybody
wouldn't.
to get it out. That's what I'm saying. They want everybody to
Yeah,
get
I wouldn't take it away from him that UNESCO respected him in some way, and felt that he should be in the. I do want to also state that he was on the vetting committee for who should become writers. So, you know, which is also interesting. Like if he's on, because he was on the International Scientific Committee, which was the committee that approved everything, including the authors. So he was one of the people that decided who the authors were. So I don't necessarily see how he could not have been chosen. So in that sense, it's not necessarily for me. It's not necessarily a feather in his cap,
No,
really.
man, they don't just take one person thing. Come on, there you go.
No, and let me just say that you
Yeah, I
will
don't agree with
also find a lot
You
of
messing it up.
criticism.
Yeah, you
You
messed
will
it up
also
now.
find a lot of criticism that UNESCO received from
Yes,
putting him in the book, and
absolutely.
they said that just proved that UNESCO was being more political than scientific,
Yeah,
and
they,
so
they hate.
whether it's a feather in his cap or not, it depends on how you look
But
at it.
It's a little hate. It's a little hate. A little hating a little bit. And why not? Because the whole goddamn thing making Egypt white was a political thing.
Uh-huh.
So you know what I mean? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Come on,
That,
dog. I can't go that far with you, bro. I'm saying I
Well, you got to
understand
remember,
the political
Ankh.
going on.
I think you keep forgetting that because it wasn't just two sides at the symposium. There were three sides,
I
and
understand.
the third side is the most important side. The third side was the side that Diop and the people who were saying that it was white was there to contest against and disprove, because the introductory papers at the symposium, the papers that opened up the symposium, were speaking to what the introduction just said. They said Egypt was mixed. Like that was the introduction of the symposium. And then Diop, the guy saying it was black, and then the guy saying it was white, were supposed to contest that and say, no, it's not mixed. It's black or it's white. And both of them failed. Both sides failed because the prevailing view, and the view that still stands, is that they are mixed. And for that reason, UNESCO got a lot, like I said, UNESCO got a lot of flack for putting Diop's work in the first chapter. And because it was just weird, because even if you look at it, how is it that the introduction is refuting the first chapter of the book? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it was just really a whole mess.
Why don't it make sense to you? Makes sense
that the
to me.
you just
introduction would
explained
that the
that.
introduction would refute the first chapter. That doesn't make sense to me. I've never seen that before. Normally an introduction introduces what's going on unless you know what's going to happen, and it all flows as one idea. This is weird. Like, why would it's just weird? And they even put in, even with Diop's, listen, even with Diop's book as the first chapter, even with his work as the first chapter, they also included the minutes of what happened at the symposium. And you even said that he got beat up at the symposium. Why would they
Yeah,
put that
I
in
agree
the
with that.
book?
No, I
Like,
agree with that. But what
like the
I'm
whole
saying
thing was
is,
just crazy. So if
I
they're
thought you
supporting
said it
Diop,
though. But I thought you just said it though. You didn't
I'm
hear
sorry, say
yourself
again.
say that there was some political maneuvering in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Right.
you
And I'm
know, it wasn't
saying what's good
necessary.
and I said what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like
Right,
shit.
but what I'm saying is him getting the first chapter is not because out of respect for him. It was more because of politics, and it
Yeah, but
wasn't
it's out of
necessarily because
respect.
of respect for his
Uh-uh.
work. It wouldn't be out of
I
respect for his
don't think
work when they're
yeah.
disputing
You
his
going
work in
far.
the introduction.
Nah, I think no. I think if it was out of respect for the way he tried to come, yo. Sometimes, yo, you might beat the shit out of somebody, but you respect the fight they put up. You know what I'm saying? And remember, the whole thing was based. The general history of Africa was based around allowing African people to tell a story. And in that piece right there, yo, you can't have a white person write the shit. Then you just went against everything you was trying to promote. So they took the best that they had at that time, right? In particular, somebody that came with enough information that was even fighting like that. So I
They
get
took
it.
the
I
best.
mean,
They took the best. Did
for
you say they
me,
took the best black person they had at the
no,
time
I
because
think
they
they
couldn't
took
take some white person?
yeah, they wouldn't have let the white person. They wouldn't have let the white person do that because
But
now
even
you're
that
not getting
idea,
your chance.
but I'm saying, even that idea, Ankh, is a political idea and a
I'm not knocking,
controversial idea.
but
The
they might
idea
do
that
that.
the person you would pick to write about the history of Egypt is not the most qualified person, but it's the most
So let
qualified
me ask
black
you.
person. That in and of itself is a troubling idea.
No, it's only troubling now, nigga, but it wasn't troubling back then because the shit
It
was
was
I'm telling
hold
you
on.
it
that it
was
was.
troubling back
It
then.
No,
They
no,
was
no, no, no,
censored
no, no.
troubling
black.
back
Let me say
then.
my point. Let me say my point. Y'all Monday morning quarterbacking right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, Cheryl. I know you're gonna come with the Monday morning quarterback, right? But y'all act like y'all forgot what the whole thing was. It wasn't based around letting white people tell us shit, no matter how right it was. If somebody else would have had something, book, all that shit, right? That was ready to do it, they might have let them do it. But what? So for you to be right, show me the other qualified people that put in much work as that. I'm listening. Fuck it, I ain't gonna let y'all talk me out the game. Go get it. Go get me the qualified people there, right? In that symposium that put together the books and did all that and I'm waiting for it. I just want to hear them. And I say, nah, yeah, you got it.
That
It wasn't the
that's
people at the
why they.
symposium that put the book together.
What?
What do you mean the people at the
I'm
symposium that put
saying
the
go
book?
get me a qualified person that had as much uh 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 fucking information that Diop's brought. We ain't saying it was right or wrong. We making a point. Go find those group of people.
So then the
That's
whole
what I'm
thing
asking.
is
That's what I'm saying. Go get them because you need somebody to write the shit, and you sure as hell ain't gonna let a white person write it. That's not happening.
right.
Okay, so that's what.
So you're
I'm
going
sorry. Go
back
ahead,
to
Chef.
the political, and now you casting doubt on the whole scientific process that they was engaged in.
But I'm
The-
not
You
because you
you
said it.
And
I'm
listen,
saying I'm
You said it, Chef. What did you
right.
actually say, Chef?
I'm
You
saying
forgot what you said.
if you're saying that the one of the reasons why he's in there is because he wrote more than
No,
everybody
what I
else.
said was his position was the position that they needed, right? To push. They needed to push. We're in Africa, right? So the mindset is if we're in Africa,
I'm
then
confused.
obviously it's first of all, they wasn't actually fighting for they wasn't saying it was African people. Y'all forgetting that shit, ain't y'all a little bit?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Uncle a little bit on
Y'all
this.
kind of forget. See, y'all trying to play the flim flam. I don't appreciate the flim flammery.
No,
Y'all
I'm
act like
being
they was
honest.
saying that
Like
they was African people started Egypt. No, he kind of wrestled that part. That part he kind of. That's why he ended up in the museum for the African part. They just say all the racial
no,
shit.
no, that's not true, Unc. Unc,
Okay, give me that.
the
I'm
people
go
that
for
said
it.
it was mixed was saying they were African as well. Diop did not introduce the African part. That's
I
not
didn't
true.
say introduce it. I said he wrote the most work on that like that. I didn't say introduce anything. I
But
said
he
that he
was
had a pretty good
wrong.
report. That's fine, but you don't but it's science, and we can clearly see based off of everybody. He just made an argument, y'all. Damn, the
Hey,
man can't be allowed to make an argument. That's all
Not,
he
not,
did.
not
Do y'all
his
get that
view.
though? Y'all
hey,
act like his
So,
argument had to be right to make
so
the
the
argument. That's not how science works. See,
so
y'all
the
Monday morning
disagreement.
quarterback. Hold on, I'm gonna say this. At scientific conferences, yo, they don't just dive and say you wrong. They let you make your argument. That's all he did was make his argument. It's the black community that make it seem like he produced something that was all right and right, when all he did was actually produce an hypothesis that wasn't accepted. And they let him lay it out. And he laid it out in the first chapter. That's all it is to me. I don't know what y'all trying to get out of it right now. I don't see it as being, I don't think they let him write it because he was right. I think they let him write it because they let him write out his hypothesis. What's wrong?
Because he was black. Because he was
That's
okay.
black.
Political.
Right. So what's wrong? Because they said it right here. Look, yeah, that's cool
not
too.
how you do science, though.
But that's how they did that.
But that's not how you do science.
No, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that right there. Because y'all ain't hollering with the fucking scientific racism part. That's not how you do science with scientific racism, but they get it.
But this was supposed to clear it up, though.
They did clear it up.
No,
they actually did, yo.
Oh my God, yo.
They actually did clear it up.
Goes on forever, yo.
No, it goes on forever because you twist shit. That's why it's going forever, Chef. They cleared it up. Chef, look, this is what you're not getting, bro.
Hey,
No, just let me say this. Hold on, American Dream. Wait, listen. They actually cleared it up, yo. They say, nah, yo, they not white and they not black. They're not a black race nor a white race. They cleared it up.
How when Reggie and them still fighting that? What?
Right, right.
That added confusion.
Yeah, you man, hold on.
No, it didn't. That added confusion.
It did how? How's that confusing? Them niggas do what they want to do, Chef. Chef, the confusion was the black community come behind it. Non-scientific people come behind it, which made it confusion, bro. We ain't never thought no different. From the last 3 years, yo, we could read that shit, we was good. It's people trying to still push the shit, which is the confusion. That's the confusion. It's not what they did at the symposium. That's why I keep saying, yo, like, why y'all?
You the only one that said that Diop was wrong. In the last 30 years, everybody, and you gonna sit here out your face and say that it's not confusion because you came to some realization. The rest of the conscious community did not come to that realization by reading that shit. You gotta stop, yo. That is confusion.
Why you?
And even the white people, listen, even the white people at the symposium, they was arguing that. They said this shit is political.
Why are you screaming?
The opinion.
Yeah, because I mean, I understand why he's
not shared by.
You know, Unc. Like, what's interesting is that we just read the whole intro on the race of the Egyptians, and if I may,
hold on, let me say this before I forget. I'm getting old. Look, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna forget what
we both.
I'm old too. I'm old too, bro.
Hold it. I ain't gonna give you a speech. I'm gonna say. That's why I studied evolution, yo. That way I could reach the real conclusions. But go ahead. That's why I can reach it because I study evolution. I know where the stop signs at. That's all. Go ahead, though, American Dream.
Yeah, you know, at the symposium,
we're gonna read.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think what we just read in the introduction made it clear that, you know, not only was the idea of the Egyptians being black and white. Not only was that idea not validated, but they also stated in the intro that, you know, we should even do away with the idea of white race and black race, the same way we did with the idea of the red race, right? But then right after reading that in the intro, you go on to state how important it was that Diop gets to write the chapter because he's black. Like, I think that in and of
And he was
itself is kind
qualified
of
for the
weird to me.
Yeah, and he was qualified for the conversation, else they wouldn't never put him in there, yo. Now you making shit up because he
I
definitely was
get that. I
qualified.
get that.
Right. So they just
I'm
let
not the
him.
one. I mean, you're the one who said you understand why he would get the position
Right.
because he's
Because he's
black.
black.
You're the one who said you understand why
No.
they would put
Listen,
that
hold on.
stipulation
Hold on for a
that
minute.
says
No, they didn't say that.
of them,
That's us
two
Monday
thirds
morning.
of the authors
No,
have to be black.
no,
You
that's
said you
actually
understood
right
that,
here.
and you.
Right here you go. Well, hold on, freeze it. Where you at, Juju? Let's read it. Let's see why they did it. Go ahead. Where you at, Juju?
Right here.
Let's read it. Let's see. See, I don't talk that talk. I walk the motherfucking walk. Go ahead.
Okay.
You
This
got me the
again?
bigger? Yeah, we
We
gotta
gonna
read it
No,
again. You can't
Ankh,
act
let me
like
just say let me just say one last thing before Juju reads. Ankh, the idea to make 2/3 of the authors black
why
is
they do it.
itself a political thing.
That's fine. But you think I'm mad at that? Why you hating? Stop hating, yo. Nigga gotta swing
No,
at it.
that is what you're mad at. That is what
I'm
you're
not
mad
mad.
at.
I'm not mad at. How am I mad? You
a
mad?
form of correction, though.
Wait a minute. Hold on, yo. Y'all see, we doing it. See, we should not in 2023, right? Apply the way things are now to then. Niggas wasn't even. You couldn't even use the fucking bathroom, dog. You tripping? In 1964, yo, you couldn't use the bathroom. Have we forgotten that? They was water hosing niggas down.
Segregation.
German Shepherds was eating your ass up. By the way, a German Shepherd is a police dog. Last time I checked, the police is supposed to help you out, right? Stop the criminals, not put wild animals, trained German Shepherd dogs on black people. Water hose, the fire department. They supposed to put the fire out, not put the goddamn children down the street with the tons of water pressure. One's supposed to get hit in the head with a damn bottle, and you what? It's inhumane. And not to mention, damn dog, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta walk all the way down the street to piss. Like, see, these things are in play. We should never forget that. So if we forget that, then we end up being what everybody trying to say we is. I'm not willing to forget any of that. And if I catch a break on a political maneuver to write my story, whether I'm right or wrong, at least I had enough sense to put it in a scientific way. I made a hypothesis, dog. And if you give me the chance, because you wouldn't let me use the fucking bathroom, not unless I was a certain color, if you let me do that, you think I'm going to sit back in 2023 and say how wrong it is? Nigga, how about the scientific racism, yo? How about the people that said Egypt was fucking white and refused to say it was a fucking African nation, yo? They absolutely refused. We got niggas today they claim they African, but talk about everything Mediterranean, everything Middle East, and everything fucking European. They play the game with y'all minds. I ain't playing that shit. Come on,
It sounds to me,
no, it sounds to me that we at that little impasse that me and you always be at. You're Monday morning cornerbacking. You've had the ability to use any fucking bathroom you wanted to use. And you're going to talk about a group of white people that say, yo, that party was wild. And yeah, we want to see what they got. Because they wasn't seeing what we had. They wasn't even giving you that opportunity for real. You wasn't given that, bro. How I know? Because they wouldn't even let you use the fucking bathroom. That's like a right of a human being to be able to piss and urinate, yo, without you telling what bathroom to go to, and yet you think they was playing fair. And now you mad because they overplayed it. They let the pendulum swing to the other side with a political maneuver and let me bring my thing in. Come on, yo. You think I'm crazy, yo? You think I don't see the whole play? Of course I see it. But then
I don't think you're crazy.
He was on the board, yo. He was qualified. He was an act. Unbeknown to people who don't read, he was an actual physicist. He was a real scientist. Yo, no one disputes that. We can pull up his page. They don't call him. They don't do that to that man. Wikipedia don't beat the man up.
So to be clear, Ankh, you're giving us your reasons as to why you think race is important. You're giving your reasons as to why you think race is important and why we should hold on to race.
No, that's a good one. Go ahead.
That's what it sounds like you're doing to me.
Well, what I'm doing to you is telling you the truth. That you could use any bathroom you wanted to use, bro.
Right. It sounds Ankh.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Did the man propose a hypothesis? Yes or no?
Diop?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you sure?
The Black Egypt hypothesis, yeah.
Okay, so how in the hell does a scientist put his work out there?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what
I'm
you're
gonna say
saying.
it again. Where else would the nigga be able to put forth his black hypothesis if not at a goddamn symposium created to do that? Having a hypothesis doesn't mean that you're right, dude. You making it seem like it wasn't. Yeah, of course, white people was crying. They was probably hating because they couldn't put forth their hypothesis. But he got a shot at it, bro. It's a fucking hypothesis. You acting like this shit was accepted and it was right. No, yo, it was a scientific hypothesis. He put together information, right? He put together an hypothesis, yo. That's all
So
he
did you say?
did,
Did
yo.
you say I act like his thing was accepted?
Yeah, because you like, no, he had to get the
My whole thing is showing that it wasn't accepted. I'm now I'm confused, Unc.
No, so me and you agree on that, but what we don't agree on is that I'm feeling like Chef and you feel like he shouldn't have had a chance to put forth his hypothesis. I'm saying the nigga deserved a chance. That's what our impasse is. That's what we beefing over right now.
Okay,
that's it. You get my point. You give reasons where it was political. Okay, the shit was political to say the Egyptians was fucking white.
Can I ask you a question?
Nope. Hey, Juju, read this. Nope. Because you didn't ask the question. Come on, Juju.
Let me ask you a question.
I want to read this first. No.
Let me ask you a question,
Oh, no. Come on, yo. I want to
Come
read this. You
on.
said you wanted to get off your head. I'm going to let you ask another question. Go ahead, read this. Go ahead, Juju.
1964, UNESCO launched the elaboration of the General History of Africa, GHA, with the view to remedy the general ignorance on Africa's history.
So they trying to do what now? They trying to remedy the what? The general ignorance of African history. So there was a general ignorance of African history. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to rewrite African history, bro.
Okay, right. Go ahead, yo.
I don't know about rewriting.
Well, who was writing it prior to that, though?
They were trying to include it. It was being excluded, like, period.
But hold on. But who was writing it prior to that?
Just Europeans.
You got a few black people that was writing it. We can pull them up, yo. God damn. It wasn't like everybody like right now. Shit. It's a clear imbalance.
And they were barely.
But the white people that were writing it, the white people that were writing it are saying the things that you said you agree with.
That's not the point, though. Hold on.
What do
Stop.
you mean it's not the point?
Man,
You're saying the white people shouldn't get it because they're white, even though you agree with them and you disagree with Diop.
I did not say that, bro.
No, he didn't say that.
Didn't say that, yo. What I said was, where we disagree is that this man deserved to push forward his black hypothesis. Now, whether I agree with that or not is something different based off of my level of understanding of evolution. Okay? And just because I agree, right?
Why does he deserve to push it forward?
First of all, it was
why
a black
does he
guy.
deserve that?
Hold on.
Why does he deserve
Hold
it?
on for a minute. Who wrote the thing we just read? Was that a black person, a quote unquote, what, African person?
Egyptian.
Okay.
I believe Mokhtar is from Egypt. I may be wrong.
So he's an Egyptian, right?
Hold on. I believe he's an Egyptian.
Okay, so don't he get a chance to write that?
To write what?
To write
the introduction?
Yes, can he do that? Is that okay?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. So did he leave out anything? Did he cheat? Did he hold back?
What do you mean? Did he cheat or hold back?
Meaning, as we sit back and read this, right? You're sitting there saying, "Damn, why would you write that?" Yo, they're giving you all the information. That's a good
But you know
thing,
what?
yo.
You know what's interesting, Unc? When you first started reading it, when you first started reading it, you said to me, you know, one of the first comments you made was,
"Did you read this though, Juju? Come on, man. You trying to take over now? I'm gonna let you
no,
talk.
I'm not trying to take over. You won't even let now you treating me like Smash. Now you won't even let me finish a sentence.
But I'm only letting you treat you like Smash, which is probably a good damn thing now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm saying
You're being Smash now.
Good, I'm being
you're
brother.
turning into
Remember?
Smash on me.
Yes, I suppose you let me finish, yo. Just let me finish this, yo, and then we can finish
Okay,
that.
bro.
Because it seems like you ain't being fair now. You keep going. You feel me? I say, let me get through this, and then we can let you go. I'm gonna forget. Okay, so you caught me. So then I let you talk, and you keep going. You keep asking more questions. I'll never get through this. I have a specific reason why I want to read this. Go ahead, Juju.
Yeah. So
Start
yeah.
over again because we got rudely interrupted by what they should call you, American Dream.
I mean, you get to decide, bro.
American hypothesis. I don't know.
Hey, y'all know that? Y'all know that story, right? Look, here. Hold on. Here's a story. You ever seen the story when you got the crocodile? This is the crocodile, the frog. Is it the frog or the crocodile?
Oh,
And he put a scorpion on his damn back, right? And he said, yo, can I get across the river? He was like, yeah, I'm going to take you across. He was like, yo, don't bite me. Right? So that's where I'm at. Hey, American Dream, I'm going to fuck with you. Don't bite me. I put you on my damn back. I take you across the damn river. Right? I get across there, you bite the shit out of me. I say, damn, why you do that? You was like, you knew I was a scorpion when you put me on your back.
Wow.
See that?
That's an African proverb. Isn't it?
Yeah, African proverb. Now I got you. Keep going. Let's read this. Calm enough for you because I had a bulletproof vest on. I was waiting for this moment, my nigga, and I knew when you was going to change. Go ahead and read this, Juju. Let's
Stay
go.
ready. We stay
Yeah,
ready.
I stay ready because I ain't got to get ready. Go ahead.
In 1964, UNESCO launched the elaboration of the General History of Africa, GHA, with the view to remedy the general ignorance on Africa's history. The challenge consisted of reconstructing Africa's history, freeing it from racial prejudices, ensuing from slave trade and ensuing from slave trade and colonization, and promoting an African perspective.
Did you see that? So right there off the rip, nigga, they created this shit on a political maneuver. Knock it off, yo. It's a political thing. The project itself is political. To remedy the ignorance, right? And the prejudice ensuing the slave trade and colonization and promoting a what, Juju? What is it promoting, Juju? A what?
African perspective.
Damn. They ain't say the shit had to be right. I just want you to get a chance to promote your perspective. Just because you promote your perspective don't mean that your perspective is going to pan out right. And that's where the black people fuck it up at. They think because they let them promote their perspective that some kind of way the shit was going to overturn shit. No, if it's right. See, now we're talking about science, see? So even if we play this game and in a political maneuver and allow you to write that shit, we still got science. And see, science is going to knock out all those damn biases. The same way it knocked out the biases that caused race to be part of scientific racism. And that whole promotion that black people, based off the color of their skin, based off of this and that, are ill-fit humans, they dumb and they come, all that shit, right? They slipped that shit in. But guess what? Science is self-correcting. So they already know that they needed to put politics into it, right? They had to, just like niggas wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom, dog. Politics had to intercede. They wasn't letting you use the bathroom. They wasn't allowing you to go to school and all kind of shit they wasn't letting black people do. They wouldn't let you go to the library that was the white library with all the damn books. You wasn't allowed to go to certain colleges. So they had to bring in politics. So yes, this is a political move. Absolutely. Right or wrong or indifferent. No one's denying that. But what they got in their back pocket is the things that they call science, and we'll work it out. So finish reading it though, Juju. So they're promoting an African perspective. So what's wrong with saying that the Egyptians, right, are Africans, not only they black Negroes. Okay, that's an African perspective, but nigga, you're wrong. But I tell you what, they definitely African, ranging different skin color. They wasn't really tripping like we tripping. It's the over promotion of the things that was wrong is the real problem here. But go ahead, Juju. UNESCO did what? Therefore, UNESCO what?
UNESCO therefore called upon the then utmost African and non-African experts. These experts' work represented 35 years of cooperation between more than 230 historians and other specialists, and was overseen by an international scientific committee which comprised 2/3 of Africans.
Okay, so they got 2/3 Africans in this joint. Keep going. The general history of what?
The general history of Africa is a pioneering corpus, unparalleled in its ambition to cover the history of the entire African continent, since the appearance of human beings to contemporary challenges faced by Africans and their diasporas in the world. It is a history that no longer leaves the pre colonial period in the shadows and that deeply integrates the destiny of Africa into that of humanity by highlighting its relations with the other continents and the contribution of African cultures to the general progress of humanity. The complete collection of published the complete collection is published in 8 volumes. All volumes are richly illustrated with maps, charts, figures, and diagrams, and a selection of black and white photographs. The texts, for the most part, are fully uh, uh, annihilated, annihilated, um, and there is an extensive bibliography and in
Annotated, I believe that word is.
what is it?
Annotated. I think it is fully annotated. And there is an
Annotated,
extensive.
excuse me.
Mhm.
It's
Go
small.
ahead.
Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm squinting. Annotated, and there is an extensive
You
bibliography
know
of.
it's easy to correct the person on the word when you ain't reading it.
All right, you know I'm not beyond correction,
Ah,
so
that nigga.
no, I don't ever trip.
Ah,
I ain't never.
shit. But go ahead though. So go ahead. We done. So
Um,
now, yes, it was. It was some political shit. Yes, yeah, and what? And the dude, it wasn't like he was unqualified because he put together a coherent hypothesis. When you run you had to go back to the drawing board. That's for damn sure.
right.
It didn't make it to. It didn't. But that's okay
Oh,
though. That's the beauty in it. But go ahead. I said I was gonna let you talk after I read that. So you're right. It
appreciate
was
it.
political.
But
Absolutely.
the people that were accusing them of being political, Ankh, were scientific people.
Of
They were
course.
saying this book is less science than is more politics than science. And you, Ankh, are supposed to be promoting science. That's what you're here doing. And here you are giving Diop the slide and giving UNESCO the slide and saying you understand why they would choose to be political and not scientific. And that's the problem I'm having in understanding why you would flip like that. Like, why would you give him a pass like that and say you understand why? You know that race is not scientific. You know that we should do away with this idea of race, but then you would just flip and just be on the side of race again and just start supporting it. Like, I'm not sure, like it's just crazy to me. But my main objection for what I'm seeing, Ankh, is that you're giving away science and being scientifically literate at the expense of being political, and saying it's more political, whatever reason they had to be political. Ankh, this book was not just being written for any old reason. This book was being put together to put in universities all across Africa. You know, when Juju started reading it, you made the comment, you said American Dream went and did what none of us did, read the introduction, right? You know, in colleges, students don't read the introduction.
Yeah, they don't.
Professors don't assign the introduction, right? They go straight to chapter 1. And that's the idea that's being promoted as being true history, right? And the critique of it is that it's more politics than true history. And you're excusing the politics. And the reason you're excusing the politics
Wow.
is
Tell me
because
why.
is because
Do I got good reason though?
because, as you said, we were
I don't know.
black people were hosed down in 1965. We
Are
couldn't
you
drink
mad?
at the same water
Are
fountain
you mad
because
though?
of these reasons. You
Are
think
you mad? I know, but are you mad though?
but let me finish, Ankh.
Go ahead. I just want to let you know. Are you mad though? You can't
I'm
be
not
mad.
mad. I'm more disappointed than mad.
All right, let's go back to the 400 years of enslavement too. You wrong? You mad? Did we finally get a chance to write our shit?
I'm
So
not
like
mad,
that.
Ankh. I'm
So watch this. So
disappointed.
watch this. I don't be disappointed. I'm comfortable in my stance, and I'm comfortable in telling people how I understand it and why I understand it. So I'm not mad that we got a break, nigga. Damn. Don't be mad at the break, nigga. Just take advantage of the break. See, I'm actually taking advantage of the break and explaining where it was wrong and how it was assigned. It was an hypothesis that he purported, right? And it didn't get. I'm not lying like everybody did, dog. I'm telling the truth. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't understand why he was allowed to put forth his hypothesis. You act like it was bat crazy at the time. It actually wasn't bat crazy. It might have been outdated, but it wasn't bat crazy. That's my point.
I understand why. We all understand why. It's not about whether we understand why. It's about whether we support it or not. And you're saying that you support it.
No, what do I support? See,
the politics, them being political. You support them being political over being scientific.
No,
that's the disappointing part.
No, they actually wasn't political over.
Yeah, come on, bro. You just went through a whole thing showing that they were being political. Now you're saying they weren't being political.
Hold on. Hold on, Juju. At no point am I being more political than scientific. You know why? Because he put forth an hypothesis. What does that mean, bro? It doesn't mean that they accepted anything like you're saying. So really, you're lying now. You should call it what it was. It was an hypothesis. That's what it was. And they wasn't in agreement with it. That's the truth. Anything more than that, we doing way too much, bro. Now, you be right if they say yes. They said political reasons, he was right. They never said that, yo. Right there, as we read through the whole thing, it was a fucking fight the whole way through. Okay, damn, you gotta let the man fight. You saying don't even let him fight. That's crazy to me. Get him. The only break they gave him was giving him a chance to fight. And they had to do it through politics. They had to force the damn numbers, yo. You forget, listen, yo, we can't look at this shit like this, yo. What the Lord? Nah, yo, let's look at the whole climate. Let's look at everything that's going on, yo, and why did white people felt to have a need to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's a whole, this shouldn't be this hard for you. You should say, all right, goddamn, I might not agree, Unc, but at least I see where you come from. You act like I'm sitting here trying to get that shit. Chef jumped up in here like I ain't trying to get shit off. I'm saying what it is. All the way across the board. Now, we may disagree, which is fine. I think we can disagree. But I like this statement right here. People forget that the running thing was that Africans had no contribution whatsoever to humanity and its advancements. The nonsense, right? It tell you in the thing when it's writing it. That's the whole, even if you read the goddamn the orange one, yo, it talks about, look, here's another political statement for y'all ass, while y'all just forgetting. Hey, here goes something for you. This is a methodology book right here. Here you go. Look, see? Methodology. Look. And they attack Diop's methodology at the damn debate, at the conversation. It says, look, the preceding chapters illustrate the leading role Africa played at the early stages in the story of mankind. Although they now stand on the periphery of the technological development world, Africa and Asia were in the forefront of progress for the first 1.5 million years of world history. It say from the time of Australopithecus and Pithecanthropus, it say, as we now know, Africa was the main setting both for man emergence as a sovereign species of the planet and for the development of political society. It say, but the preeminent role it played in prehistory times was followed during the historical period of the past 2,000 years by a pattern of development marked by exploration, which reduced the entire continent to a mere tool of the hands of others, bro. So out of that, they say, go ahead, man, we gonna go ahead and give y'all a chance. Yeah, I mean, to tell y'all a story. Can go ahead and put your ideas together, format it right, and let's get it in. And y'all mad at that. They telling you right here, the niggas, they fuck niggas up. They saying it, yo, they was fucked up. Y'all see, this is where I get mad. The people listening, because I'm breaking it down, they think that I forget that we was actually fucked up. Y'all think that I actually forget that it was scientific racism that reduced the continent to a damn handmaiden. Like they lied through science, right? Matter of fact, it was pseudo-science, and that's why I use the word, because that's how dangerous pseudo-science is, that it can push people to enslave 12 million people. They had slaving farms in North America. Shit was wild. Man, I can't go to the bathroom, dog. Imagine being able to not go to the damn bathroom. Your baby got to go to the bathroom, yo. She gonna fucking piss on herself by the time you go all the way around there. So at the end of the day, yo, I ain't tripping off of political. Matter of fact, if they wasn't political, they might not have never got a chance to make that mistake. At least give them a chance to make the damn mistake. At least give them a chance to throw their ideas, right, in front of the world. They wasn't even getting that. Yo, if you can't even use the damn bathroom, then what makes you think you're going to be able to get a chance to get it in and talk about your own goddamn continent? They had to do that politically, bro. Wasn't like Diop had a fucking army. You know what I'm saying? Like Constantine and say, yeah, let's go have this conference. How y'all gonna forget all that? I'm not forgetting none of that. And still got enough heart to sit up there and say that shit was wrong. See, that's some kind of heart I got. Y'all sitting around playing Monday morning quarterback, leave out your fucking door, go to McDonald's, Burger King, or Kroger, and use any goddamn bathroom you want, and then talk shit about a group of people that couldn't do that. You get slapped in your fucking face if you looked at the wrong white person. They burned the whole goddamn city down based off of a lie a white person told. And y'all mad because the man got a chance to put together an hypothesis and get it because the shit wasn't right based off of what we know right now. I ain't that goddamn crazy. I'm gonna let y'all niggas be crazy by your damn self. Now that's crazy to me. That's the shit I don't understand. That's why me and Chef beef like that, because I don't understand all that. I can't even remotely understand how we forget that. You cannot put this shit in a small little corner, yo. It's a totality of things that transpired that would even make a group of white people allow you to go to the Supreme Court. Martin Luther King, full of white people. Shit was so wild, they had to say, God damn, we wild as hell. We wild. So hey, come on, man. Y'all trying to take up for a bunch of wild people now, because a bunch of wild people gave a person a chance to put forth a scientific hypothesis that nobody fucks agreed with. Y'all mad at that. Nobody fucking agreed with it.
Hey, where was he supposed to put that hypothesis at?
I don't even fucking know.
Stop. You in war mode right now.
I know.
Look, if the man had a hypothesis about the people and the race of the Egyptians, he was a part of the scientific community. Nobody was stopping him from putting that shit out. Now, when they're writing the general history of Africa, right, it's supposed to be a consensus of the scientific and academic bodies understanding at this point on said topics about Africa. It wasn't time for this nigga hypothesis. That's why it was political. He always had a chance to put that shit out there. This nigga done already wrote books going back to the 1950s, right? He was already a part of the academic circles. He could have always put that hypothesis out when niggas couldn't use the same bathroom as white people. When niggas was getting hoes, he could have put it out. So you are flim flam.
You lying. I ain't lying, Juju. Don't even lie on me, Juju.
You are flim flam.
You
lying, yo. You lying, nigga.
You can't do that. You can't come in here lying and then try to use his own words against him. No, that ain't gonna work.
Name the lie, Miss Yolanda.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Look, see this. He gonna lie. Look, see this, yo.
Y'all trying to tell him that?
No. Hold on, it's funny. Look,
go ahead.
Yo, why shit look like this, yo?
No,
I'm asking, why it look like that?
Let's look up.
No, hold on. Do you see this, right?
What about it?
Man, a nigga had to hand type it because he couldn't find a publisher. Yo, he had to type the shit behind. They wouldn't let him put the. Come on, yo.
No,
shit was in French, yo. Yeah, yo, they had to bring this shit in. He did put it in the book, yo, but he needed to put it. All right, let me say this though. He needed to be able to put it in front of a bunch of scientists, yo. That's what I'm saying, yo. So they gave him the opportunity to do that. And they was safe. Watch this, yo. They wasn't worried because, you know what I mean? Like, you don't be, scientists don't be worried about that. And so the consensus was that shit wasn't right, yo. So the process actually worked. That's all I'm saying, yo. Thank goodness for the process, yo.
But when you read the introduction and the mission statement of that whole project, what was it for, Unc?
To tell the general history of Africa.
Right. And they said this was supposed to be the general history of Africa, and they was going to disseminate that all over the world. It would have been the when you wanted to know something about African history or anything, that would have been the bar right there. So it wasn't time for no goddamn hypothesis. You gotta be honest.
No, it was a time. I mean, it's gotta be an hypothesis first, yo.
But it shouldn't have been in the work that was put in after the conference. Now, whatever notes that they had and whatever he got beat up on, yeah, you could publish that. But in the general history of Africa, you're saying that was time for a hypothesis, and you see why we all fucking confused. You see why Reggie and them running around talking about the nigga one and all of this. You see what Smashing them doing? And
he said we confused. Hold on, let me jump in.
Listen, that's a great point, Chef. That's a great point, Chef, friend.
I know.
We're not confused. Y'all confused.
Go ahead, Pan-African James.
So let me ask. Now, why the hell would they wait 30 years to put the man in the museum if he was wrong?
I can show you how to put it in the museum. Go ahead, Chef.
Why did they put him in the museum if he was wrong? It would seem to me that we have enough evidence today with the genome being mapped out that we could solve some of these problems without having to go back 30 years. So y'all don't want to go and look. I just put the link in the hold on. I just put the link in the private chat.
It ain't about the whole genetic history. Is why he's in there.
Hold on. They got the whole genetic history of Africa mapped out right now. So why are we even having this discussion?
Huh? Hey, James.
See, that's how confused y'all is. You see how confused y'all be?
James, I don't
y'all
know
talk
what
about
you're saying,
science,
bro.
but then when somebody bring us some damn science, y'all confused. So y'all know that we've mapped out the genome of all humans. Y'all know this. So they got the genetic history of Africa. How many of y'all read that and studied that? Do y'all know what it say?
What? What's that, James? I'm on.
Go and pull it up, huh?
Don't beat me up. I'm reading something real quick.
I put it in the back chat so you can review it first. But go look up the mitochondria and the
Diop being in the museum.
Excuse me. No, you don't have to use that no more. But what I'm telling you, Chef, is you ain't got to guess no more. They already mapped out. So y'all don't want to deal with what the documentation they have today is. Y'all still arguing about back then. Why we can't use the documentation in the science that we got in 2023 to solve the problem?
Hold on, but we was talking about the general history of Africa.
And you can use the genetic data that they have today, which is the whole genome being mapped out to tell who the people in Africa is. It's right there in the genetic history of Africa. Have you read that?
No.
See? Well, there your chance is. Go click that link right there and go through it, Chef. I dare you to do it.
I don't want to.
Hey,
I know you don't.
Hey,
because you don't want to fucking know.
The next thing that's going to happen,
What's going to happen?
Hey, James, can I get 1 second? Hey, the next thing that's going to happen. I know. The next thing that's going to happen, is that Asar Mka is going to come in next to agree with you, Good job.
Oh, then I'm going to have to dive out of that conversation, Darren.
You already agreeing with Neanderthal James?
Boy, you was a funny cat. That's man.
Neanderthal James switch. He threw me a curveball.
No. What I'm saying is Y'all can go look up the Y chromosomes of the genetic history of Africa and the mitochondrial DNA of the genetic history of Africa right now. Like, why are we over here arguing about something when we already have some science that's up to date that we can use? See what I'm saying? But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to sit up and play, but y'all supposed to be scientifically literate. So I asked the question the other day: can somebody that's 70% European be African?
I know what you're talking about, James.
See, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
You're right. I mean,
that's crazy right there. But y'all scientifically literate, right?
I haven't said. Let
me ask you this, Chef: can somebody that's 70% European be African? Yes or no?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
listen, thanks for having me, bro. I'm gonna bow out. I'm sorry, Google, I'm just saying peace out. Respect to y'all, Unc. I gotta go. Respect, bro.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good conversation.
Always a pleasure, Unc.
No, listen to me. That's a good conversation right there. That's how a conversation's supposed to be had, yo. Just like that, bro.
I mean,
yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Good work, yo. That's good work.
We can deal with the science of today to answer these questions, but y'all don't want to do that.
James,
so the genetic history of Africa is
Google
right
Scholar,
here.
hang on him for a minute. Talk to Google Scholar. I'm right here trying to find something. Go ahead.
Okay, the genetic history of Africa is in a private chat. Y'all can read this, and it's going to tell y'all so much about how the people in Africa genetically migrate. They're going to tell you that West Africans contributed more genetic DNA, mitochondrial DNA, to North Africa than East Africa. But y'all ain't read this stuff. So y'all need to really go chill out and go read this stuff and then get back with me. If you ain't read it, Google Scholar, chill out. Have you read the genetic history of Africa?
James, are you gonna stop talking and let me say something? Or are you gonna just talk? How is that what you just brought? How is that relevant to the conversation that was happening?
Because when Diop was having this conversation, they had not mapped out the genome of humans yet. We are in 2023, and we have mapped out the genome of humans.
I know that, but
hold on. You asked the question, so we no longer have to guess any longer. We can just go look at the genetic data and then come up with the conclusion based on that. You don't have to. It ain't even no need to guess.
But nobody's guessing. Nobody's guessing, James. I'm asking you a simple question. How is what you're bringing relevant to the conversation that was
Hold
having?
on. Everybody freeze. I got it. Here you go right here. Where you at, Juju?
Oh man. Here
what part of that of the article is that?
This is the one. This is the Egyptian race controversy.
This is off in the genetic history of Africa.
All right. Yes. Here you go. No. This is the. Go ahead. Read that, Juju. Start right here. Go ahead.
Okay. They did not necessarily object to the flavor of that ideology, but rather to the presence of a political agenda as such. Often Diop's chapter seemed to serve as a catalyst for the sentiment. Reviewing the General History of Africa volume, wrote that it seems that UNESCO and the editor, Mokhtar, were embarrassed by the unscholarly and preposterous nature of Diop's views, but were unable to reject his contribution.
Hold on. So they was unable to reject his contribution. He made a contribution. Keep going.
However, Bethel Allen Ogo, a Kenyan historian and editor of UNESCO General History of Africa, Volume 5, stated that Shekinah Diop wrestled Egyptian civilization from the Egyptologists and restored it to the mainstream of African history.
There you go.
And that was the whole objective.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? Keep going. Stephen what?
Stephen argued that the UNESCO-sponsored conference on the General History of Africa in 1974 did not change the Eurocentric climate of research and of the need to incorporate both African-centered studies and white European academic perspectives. He later outlined that research, conferences, and publications on the history and language of Kemet remain dominated beyond 90% by those brought up and trained in European, not African societies, and languages, which include Arabic.
There you go. So we see that the real punch, and the reason why he's actually in the
Somebody got
museum.
to mute.
Yeah, hold on. Somebody
Look,
got to mute that.
driving in their car and doing all that. Oh, I can
Yeah.
think.
So the real thing, we're gonna end with this. I think the real point right here is that they did not necessarily object to the flavor of the ideology, but rather to the presence of the political agenda as such. And wow, you know what I'm saying? Like wow.
Well, I'm gonna
Wow,
break out,
biblical
man.
when
But
it's
y'all
flavor.
read that genetic history of
Yeah,
Africa, man.
I
That'll
know.
help
Hold on
y'all
for a
out.
minute. Hold
I'm
on for
out.
a minute. All right,
Huh?
man. It's a often Diop's chapter seemed to serve the catalyst for the sentiment. It's a Peter Shannon, reviewing the general history of Africa, wrote that it seems that UNESCO and the editor Montoir were embarrassed by the unscholarly and preposterous nature of Diop's views, but were unable to reject his contribution. See, it said, however, Bethwell Allen Ogot, a Kenyan historian and editor, of UNESCO General History of Africa, Volume 5, stated that Chikantly Diop wrestled Egyptian civilization from the Egyptologists and restored it to the mainstream of African history. There you go. This is why he's in a museum. And we know this because we can go right here to the damn museum. It's right here. Hold on. I'll tell you why he in a motherfucker. Look. Yeah, y'all gotta sharpen up. Here you go right here. What they say? Read that real quick. We end with this. Go ahead, Juju.
Where are you?
Right here.
Scholars today.
Mm-hmm.
Scholars today recognize Africa as the source of our common ancestry. But in 1974,
So
Senegalese
hold on. What was 1974 though?
Symposium,
Uh-huh.
UNESCO,
Mm-hmm.
a Senegalese scholar and humanist, Shikin Diop, shocked and changed historians by asserting
Challenged.
shocked and challenged historians, by asserting the influence of ancient African civilizations in his groundbreaking book, The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality.
So is they lying here at the Met?
No, they're not
Right.
lying.
Okay. Keep going.
This exhibition pays homage to Diop by presenting masterpieces from the museum's collection from West and Central Africa, alongside art from ancient Egypt, for the first time in the Met's history.
So there you go. I'll end with that statement right there. He's in the Met, and whether you like it or not, I don't like Monday morning cornerbacking. And no, have not forgotten how people got water hosed, how them babies, how those college students, they did the sit-ins. They did it for a reason, so that we could be on a YouTube show and express our ideas, right, wrong, or indifferent, without somebody kicking our damn door in and locking us up because we talking about African history or because we talking about scientific literacy. The groundwork was laid in those avenues with Shigant Diop's. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Martin Luther King, Mega Ebbets. Everybody, they fought. Niggas lost their life. So that we can send our children to any school we want to. Doesn't mean that everything is sweet in North America. Doesn't mean that. What it mean is we got a goddamn chance. Before, you ain't have a damn chance. The shit you had to do was you had to be like a Michael Jordan type of person to get through. Now, basic people can get through. So let's never forget that. The Monday morning quarterback and shit is wild to me. You must look at everything that was going on. So I ain't never mad at us catching the break, Juju, Google Scholar.
Me neither.
Letting us put forth the hypothesis. Damn, let the nigga be wrong.
Right. Nobody gave him a pass, not on a scientific note.
They
but
didn't give him a pass. It's
had a chance to let our voices be heard. The most important part.
Let that man's voice be heard. Right? They gave him a compliment. And whether we agree or not, none of us are in the Met.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Right?
Right? For 30 more years. I think this shit gonna go to 19, all the way to 1930, something crazy. Right. None of us is in the mail. You be talking shit. No, I'm not in the Met. Right. Won't never be in the damn Met. And look, and no. So we have restored Diop's back to his rightful place of greatness by telling the damn truth. See, that's all we need around here, man. Shout out to everybody that came through, man. Hit that Cash App. Y'all being funny, man. I can't believe after that live discussion, man, y'all not willing to hit the Cash App. Really? That's what y'all doing? Man, it's a struggle for liberation with the knowledge, man, the wisdom, man.
Not enough. I'm sorry.
That's what we doing around here, man. Right? And that's how we support each other right here, man. If you appreciate the message, man, you appreciate the information, man, then, man, go ahead and hit the Cash App, man. Do what you think you need to do, man. All right? So with that, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Let me get some of this. You know what I'm going to put out there, man. A little DQ in here, man. Big up to everybody, man, that came in the building, man. Hit the Cash App, man. Appreciate the love, man. Make sure y'all support that debate, man. It's going down. The debate is going down, man. September 15th, man. $30, man. Go get that. African spirituality, worth of science, man. You got a right to be heard. Big up to everybody in the building, man. There's a lot of stars in here tonight. No diplomacy. CBC podcast. Babylon Done. Apex B. Jude 221. Jackson and Jackson. Fontaine. Minty Judah. Sunchild. Dimension of Depth was in the building. Gina A. Pseudo Killer Juju. King Sosa. Pseudo Killer Fisher. Get off. Y'all know what it is, man. DT was in the building. 504 top level was in the building. Dr. Sam was in the building. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. Robert down. Y'all know, man, pseudo gonna die Never forget where you came from. Never be afraid to challenge when everybody else say different. This is what makes you you. Strong character in the face of adversity. Let it be known. The Black Americans, African Americans stand strong on this point, and we have never forgotten who we was and where we came from. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, aka God Killer. Y'all know what it is, man. Black African Power, Magi Archers. I'm a Raw Squad Up, Pseudo Killers official. And with that, shout out to Sarnetta TV in the House of Consciousness. And with that, we out.